closer now. I was lost, now I'm found, yeah. You're setting off a new chain reaction. When off the edge, no telling what happens. No looking back, forgetting what happened. Yeah. So let's go chasing all the stars. Together we could go so far. And get lost out in the dark. Let's go chasing all the stars. Let's go chasing all the stars. Let's go chasing all the stars. Let's go chasing all the stars.
What up, Squadron? We're back. Hopefully, for a game this evening.
Yay!
Yeah, we had a few issues yesterday. For anyone who doesn't know, we were about to get a game underway, but unfortunately, with the update, we weren't able to actually watch the game. So it turned into more of me and Pabs having a ranty podcast. But fingers crossed tonight, Pabs. All is well, and we actually get a couple of games.
Honestly, I don't even think that was much of a ranty podcast. That was like an off-camera conversation, which is just ranty nonsense anyway. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting one. Honestly, looking forward to seeing some of the players that we haven't cast for a while. Obviously, in particular, we've got the Katana guys, and we've got a replacement there for Paige and Jack Boggs, and we've got Kaka, so it'd be nice to see them. And obviously, we just want to see Moose's team because we were supposed to cast over them yesterday. So I'm pretty excited for this one. And then, you know, obviously we've I'm going to be dipping. Apologies, mate, but I'm going to go and do some shenanigans with the missus. And then this evening we have got the Kickoff Classic as well. So lots of good quality COD to look forward to.
I say I've stuffed. I told you earlier, I stuffed my belly full of KFC for tonight because there's a lot of COD action, and I don't want to be taking breaks apart from toilet breaks, pretty much. So yeah, we're ready to go. So yeah, guys, we do have two series this evening. Obviously, the first one, both of which though are in Division 2, Division double header for these guys. So yeah, our first series, as you can see on the screen, is going to be FBG Melon up against the boys of Katana Pyro, and then our next one is KYP Diamond up against Flox Gaming, who I don't think we have casted Flock in the past. Not a name that rings any bells. And Mr. Swogie, there's a name we haven't seen in a while. How you doing, buddy? With Redeeming the Sea. And Mr. Heffy's here to support the boys. I know the Katana lads always have a big support and big following, and it wouldn't surprise me if we see the same again here tonight, Pabs.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys are going to be well supported. Katana, obviously one of the biggest orgs around. I think it's the biggest COD org or at least probably the biggest esports org in Ireland. So yeah, and I'm sure Heffy and the boys are going to be in the chat. They very kindly invited me onto their inaugural podcast through the week, so it was lovely to get chatting to Gabber and Irony and Widow Warfare again. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do, because Katana have long been a good big part of the kind of the UK AM scene. We all remember their quality Katana black side. So yeah, interesting to see how this new Katana team shapes up, and obviously just how the Division 2 shapes up all around, really, because we're kind of just getting to grips with it this week, aren't we? So it's nice to just get a better idea of how the teams shape up against each other as well. So hopefully as the week starts to unfold, we're going to have a better idea of the storylines and the kind of grudges that are and community, relationships that are forged in the process.
Yeah, and one of the Katana boys, Mr. Jack Bag, who's filling in for Paige for I'm not quite sure how long, maybe the foreseeable future. But he wants a few of these. How many is there? Bloody, I need to scroll up. I think there was 6. So there you go, Jack. Thank you for redeeming all the C's. But yeah, that Katana Pyro roster, obviously, it's got Dashi on it. It's got Jackson as well, if memory serves me well. Yeah. So that kind of core 3 is back again, because they did temporarily switch, didn't they? They were playing with Alfie for a while. But now they've got Kaka Cod in there as well. Obviously, a name that we both know very well. So it'll be interesting to see whether this team gels, because on paper it's a very talented roster.
I think Kaka's one of them players that gets into teams and he works quite well. You know what you're getting with him. He's quite consistent. Sometimes he'll have massive games, and sometimes he'll just be that kind of foundation player that you can rely on. So we know what we're getting with Kaka, and I guess the Katana boys know what they're going to be getting as well. So it'll just be interesting just to see how the Melons kind of shape up and going into the game. So I'm really interested to see how they perform, because obviously we never got an opportunity yesterday to see them. And again, just it's interesting to see these map choices and just how they approach the game outside of the actual kind of conflict itself. So it's going to be an exciting night, and then you get to move straight on after that to do some more AM COD, and then we get like the big boys. So it's just it feels like this is the first real weekend. I think once the pros kick off, it does start to feel like and the other interesting thing is, once the pros start playing and you start to see every other team change to kind of like imitate the headies and imitate the plays. So expect next week will be really interesting as well.
Yeah, and as I say, the Mighty Moosh is back this evening. He always brings his following of die-hard fans alongside him. So it's obviously quite a different roster, this FBG Melon roster. So it's a bit of a mixed bag for both teams, really, in terms of potential team chemistry. But for anyone who doesn't know, this is what our map set is looking like this evening. So we've got a double Tuscan, a Bocage, a Desert Siege, and then a Berlin. So it's kind of a bit of a mixed bag, Pablo, for this map set.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still surprised that we still see Bocage Hardpoint. I mean, I guess there's so limited in map choices that maybe, you're going to see it come in. But there's been so much hate for it this week. It's such an unpredictable map. It's just, if you've...
Oh, Pabs has died. Someone's murdered him. Oh, no. Well... There you go, just me for a bit. I'll see if I can get Pabs back. I don't know where he's gone. Pabs, you still there? Or have you died? 1 second, let me check. I think someone's unplugged his router. They've had enough. They're like, no, buddy, not today. Hopefully, guys, I can ping him back very, very shortly. But until then, it's just little old me. I'll keep an eye to see if he does come back. I'll message him in Discord. Fingers crossed he is all right. Luke, does anyone know what time the first CDL pre-match is supposed to be today? No, I don't actually. I would assume it's around 9:30, maybe to 10, the pre-show. But yeah, if you head on Twitter, I'm sure they have something on there, Luke, for that one. But yeah, guys, as Pablo was saying before, before he got cut off, obviously we've got a map set of a double Tuscan, Bocage, Desert, and then Berlin. So we don't have control in this one. No control just yet. I've seen a lot of teams have been scrimming it, but nothing just yet. And yeah, Pablo's internet just died. Oh no! But at least it hasn't happened mid-map, I guess. So hopefully we can pull Pablo back in. Mr. Mead, how are you, sire? Cursive's going 3-1 FBG. Oh, there you go. Speak of the devil, the Mighty Moosh has now pinged me an invite. So yeah, guys, we should be lobbying up and starting very, very shortly. Oh, and Lidesy with the gifted sub. What a man. Have a few of them. Give him some C's in the chat as well, guys. Thank you very much, buddy. How you doing, Lidesy? On to Mr. Cade as well. Yeah, big shout out to you, mate. Thank you very much for the gifted sub. And yeah, fingers crossed we actually do get a series this evening, guys, because we had obviously some issues yesterday. For anyone who didn't see, with the update, there was a crap ton of dev errors, and it actually wouldn't let some people load in, which was a bit of a pain in the ass. And Demon, how you doing, buddy? Welcome, welcome. Oh no, you're back. Well, I haven't got your cam on screen, Paz, but I can still hear you and stuff, and the chat can as well. Yeah, it's all good, mate. Yeah. Yeah, just drop us a message in the Discord, mate, or you can literally just hop on, mate. Hop on, and I'll try and get you back in as soon as possible if you want, buddy. Yeah, catch you in a bit, Babs. No, I feel like a radio show having callers. It's like, oh, Mr. Pablo joins us from Liverpool. How you doing, Pablo? And Lidesy going for 3-0 for Katana Pyro. Oh, the boys of FBG Melon. Let's pull their finger out then. There he is. Mr. Lewis coming to support the mighty Moosh. Love to see it. Right. Can't change team at the moment. The game is being all weird. Oh, there you go. The man that helped us fall in love with Berlin sniper rifles, Mr. Leon. How you doing, Leon? And, oh, Big Quins with the follow. Thank you very much, mate. Much appreciated. And also had one from Cairo and Harding yesterday while I was offline. So if you are in here, guys, thank you very much for the follows. Yeah, we're just lobbying up, guys. Tuscan Hardpoint should be underway very, very shortly. Right. Actually, I can start do a channel point prediction while we wait. Let me just get it up and running. I'll try and keep on top of the predictions as much as possible, guys. Apologies, with Pablo gone, I can't buy myself any time now. So I've got to go all out. Right, so we'll go FBG, Katana, who takes map 1, boom. There you go, guys. So if you do want to use your channel points, feel free to do it now. It should be live now, guys. When's the game starting? Tim, it should be very, very shortly. Oh, there you go. I don't have a map count command, brother, but I do have the graphic. There you go. That's what the maps are, Tim. For anyone who is just joining us. Mr. Bance as well. There he is. How you doing, Bance? Yeah, this is our best of 5, guys. You haven't missed any maps as of yet. Don't worry. We're still just waiting on the guys to get it underway. So double Tuscan, Bocage, Desert Siege, and then a Berlin to see us out. So no control as of just yet. We're still waiting on that one. And if you guys are wondering where Pabs has gone, Virgin Media has decided to unplug him. So it's just little old me for the time being. And all good, Tim? All good? No worries, brother? I got you. You can't bet with channel points in your region. What? Why not? Is it considered... Well, I suppose it's considered gambling, but is there really much of a thing with channel points? Need to play a PP again soon. Yes, Tim, yeah. Get the squad together. Get Lissandro involved. You got the Rona, Bance! Bloody hell. What have you been up to? PC has just died. Oh, it's all good, Jack. Well, hopefully you're not near Pablo and you have Virgin Media, Jack. Yeah, Tim, that was a brutal map. This is the problem. When I play once every 4 weeks, I'm bad enough when I'm putting a lot of hours into the game, but when I'm not, it's not good. The Dutchies are weird. Don't worry, I lied to you. My ex used to be Dutch and she was weird, so I know all about it. No, I'm joking. Tell you what, though. Amsterdam does some good damn food. Een biertje, alsjeblieft. I know all the important lines in Dutch. Doe de der dish. If that's how you say it, I can't even remember. It was so long ago. I was practicing. And the old... Is it Capsalon? Capsalon? I think it was called. The food. That was good. That was banging, that stuff. That was really nice. You got a blue screen now. I don't know what's going on. Oh, mate, every game we're casting at the moment is being tainted by issues. I don't know what's going on. You need to uninstall the red boxes first, brother. How would you start scrimmages and go against people? You can join the ACCL. The ACCL. If you go on the ACCL Twitter, amazing. Let me try and find it for you. Thank you for the follow, mate. Let me just quickly find it. If you go here, you will see. I was trying to say, close the door, please, Lidesy. Oh, the first one was een biertje, alsjeblieft. Which is a beer, please. I'm pretty sure. Unless I've been trolled this entire time and she's done me dirty. But no, I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. Yes, Cade. Yeah, you got one earlier, buddy. Mr. Lidesy came through. Dutch government promotes their own casinos on the television, but we can't gamble with Twitch points. That's how you know they got their priorities straight. Yeah, amazing. If you see that link I've put in for ACCL official, if you head over there and join the Discord, there's loads of channels for like scrims and joining teams and all that good stuff. Beard shit, Alshablieft. That's the one. There you go. So I haven't practiced it in, God, 2.5 years. yeah, Tim. I need to get the IPAs out of the garage. I'm gonna have a few berries for the COD later on though. I've got a few sitting around for Christmas. Right, so fingers crossed Jack can get into the game again. For anyone who doesn't know, he's just blue screened, which is not great. But hopefully he can manage to sort it out very, very shortly. I don't want to have 2 series in a row where we haven't been able to come. Obviously, yesterday's one was chalked as well. So fingers crossed we don't get this again. Prayers for Jack. Prayers for Jack. But I believe yesterday's game, I don't know if FBG Melon played the game that was scheduled. I think they played another one though, and I think they won it. Don't quote me on it though. Some beard chips, yeah, exactly. Exactly, Tim. Although, to be fair, I've eaten a crap ton of KFC, so it's probably not in my capability of eating a load of chips at the moment. But yeah, the Belgian chips in Amsterdam, they are good. They are very good, and you get so much sauce on them as well. It's not like a little tub of like KFC, not KFC, Mackey's sauces. Oh shit, Mr. Heffy, gifting 10 subs. Oh my god, Heffy, thank you so much, brother. Can we get some C's in the chat? Sue for Mr. Heffy. Thank you very much, brother. What a man. I hope now you guys get to play. I hope Jack cancels his PC out, Heffy. I'll be so upset after that. Thank you very much, brother. 10 gifted. What a man. Get some love in the chat, please, for Mr. Heffy. Katana Weffy. Watana Weffy. Thank you very much, mate. They didn't play the one you were meant. They won the one next time 3-0. Oh, okay, yeah. Cheers, Ryan. Who did the subs go to? They went to Mr. Swogie. Tim, Soupy, Tinsy, Raptor, Mr. JMC, Sean. Oh, there you go. Jackson as well in this game. And fresh and clean. Right. Well, at least this is giving Pablo a bit of time to come back in. Oh, it is. Hello. Are you back? Yeah, I'm all good. Let me just get your mug on the old screen. Hopefully we're back. There you go, Mr. Pabs. He's back on the screen. Yeah, let me.
What the hell?
Well, you haven't missed any. Well, I say you haven't missed anything. Mr. Heffy, the man you know and love as well, has just dropped 10 gifted. So,
Because Heffy is a legend. Thank you. He's a good man. You've got to appreciate the love from the Heffmaster right there.
Major, what's the emblem with the circle? The emblem with the circle? What? Am I tripping? Which one?
Does he mean your MC one?
Oh, you mean the one at the bottom of my cam, Lidesy? Oh, that was just a logo that I had made. It was quite a while ago now, actually. I had it done on Fiverr. Big ups. Because I just wanted something done. Instead of my little man, my little blue man. Oh, and also had a Widow with the follow. Oh, there you go. If that's the Widow that you know, Pabs.
Man, you've got a legend right there. Apex tournament legend.
Yeah. Oh no, Jack's computer has died, Pabs. We are tainting every series we're touching at the moment. I beg they can get a pickup. Fingers
it's so
crossed.
much better if my internet dies, but if the player's internet dies, that kind of ruins the whole thing, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's just like, oh no. Oh yeah, that was it. I was going to get you the old link of Rooney so you can see what's going on. Right, there you go, mate. Should be all
We'll have
good
to
now.
start breaking up the guitars, like, some, like interludes and stuff.
A little bit of Pablo music in the intermission.
I just got a copy of Bitwig, which is like the best like mini beat making software you can get. So I'll get us settled for next week. Get us some beats going.
Yeah.
Just need to accept it.
Right. Can you see everything all right? You all good to go?
That beautiful face.
There you go. Love it. Right. Let me
I can't
see.
believe you spent so long without a webcam.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It took me ages, didn't it? It was a combination of laziness and just not really wanting to do it. 1 second. If any. Let me just see if the guys can get a last-minute pickup. Mr. Dacia's tweeted it out, so fingers crossed. Where's Alfie? Where's Mr. Mead? Get him on the sticks, Alfie. Where are you? Save the boys. Right. Let me just make sure everything is all good. Oh, it's alright, Moosh. Fingers crossed we can get someone. I've just retweeted Dashy's thing out. Hopefully someone can get in. Let me DM Alfie. If he's busy.
Oh, things that bad is his computer at an absolute moment.
Right, well, hopefully we get a series. I pray we do. And imagine if it happens on the next one as well. I think I might cry if we get 3 in a row. I don't know. I don't really know what else to do.
This game was sent to try from the very beginning. This has been an absolute chore of a game at times, but when it does actually get going, it's great.
Yeah. Because this is the thing. Like the players obviously say kind of how frustrating the game can be, but for us as a neutral and watching it, I do think it's quite an entertaining game to watch. Is Vanguard? It's obviously very quick paced, but I can see why the player frustrations creep through at times. Oh, have I got a reply from Mr. Mead? He's at the bar. he's at the pub. I can't be angry with that. To be fair, I rate that. Fair enough. All right, no Mr. Mead then.
He's pestering the bar staff to put the kick-off classic on in like a nightclub.
Yeah, literally. Well, if there's anyone in the chat, oh, Jay can play. There you go. 1 second. Let me just get the boys in. Let me just get Dashy. See that? Yeah, if they get older, Mr. Fluffy Hippo. Oh, there he is. He's in the chat. Yes, Jay. Yeah, they still need one. One sec, Jay. Have I got your? Have I got you added on Active? One sec. Let me see if I've got. Oh, yes, I do. Molds, I think we're good, mate. I think we're good. But I think they're going to want to get him into a Discord. Oh, Mr. J coming through. What a man. And also, if any of you don't know, Jay does fitness stuff on Twitter. I mean, if you look at him, the man's absolutely whammo. So if you need any help with any workouts or dietary stuff, anything for like fitness goals and plans, drop him a message. He's got all his rates. I believe he did a tweet the other day about it. So hit him up, because he knows his shit when it comes to fitness. Trust me. And yeah, he's coming to the rescue. Like, we will have a series, Pablo. God bless. I mean, we haven't got in the map yet. I don't want to say anything, actually. I'll shut up while I'm still here, because... Oh. Put it in the wrong chat. Right. I told Hams that I just had KFC, and he's like, literally all you eat is KFC and Mackies. I'm like, I'm just easily amused with food. Literally, if I have a takeaway, it's KFC, Mackies, or fish and chips. it's nothing else. I just eat shit, to be honest. I really need to get on top of my food. I just keep telling myself I'm bulking. It's like, yeah, I'm getting stronger, but I'm also getting fatter as well to go with it. So it's like, I think I need to hit Jay up myself, to be fair.
I'm on a permanent bulk, mate, to be honest, so don't even rest. I can't begin to tell you how big the cookies were that my wife bought, and she bought like 30 of them from Costco, and they lasted a day. That's like I'm literally an advert for diabetes right now.
Oh, Mr. Allen with the sub, thank you very much. He said, sheesh, turn me up, JWG. That's my boy, get him in. Yeah, Alan, your boy's on the screen. He's come through. He's saved the series. So it looks as though they're just sorting out their Discord stuff, guys, and then we can get cracking into map number 1, and we'll segue into the maps as well just before we get started. So if any of you don't know, best of 5 as per usual in this Division 2 game between Katana, Pyro and FBG Melon. Obviously, we've got Double Tuscan to get us underway. Bocage map 3 because we don't have the control in just yet. And then we've got Desert Siege and Berlin. And yeah, we're pretty much good to go. We're just waiting on the guys to sort out everything. And then
Desert Siege is a 4th again, man.
Yeah, we've had that a lot, haven't we, as Desert Siege for map 4. I think it's like a case of the guys were like, oh, well, we don't want any of the others. I think it's like if you don't get Berlin in Hardpoint, it feels like you get at least a Desert Siege, don't you?
Yeah. I think it's surprising not to see 2 Berlins in a series again, because I think almost every single scrim that we've had, every match that we've covered has had 2 Berlins in it for the last 2 weeks. So it is a surprise not to see that, but it is what it is. We roll. Bocage Hardpoint, it's nice to see it from our perspective in there, because it's a wild one to cast over and it's a wild one to watch, but I'm still surprised it's in there. But Desert Siege, at least we get kind of, if we do get to that map 4, map 5, we've got 2 very technical maps, I would suggest, to end the kind of session off. So potentially 2 good maps where you might get a 1-all out of that based on the strength of the teams, and then we get this weird Bocage, which I suppose could go anyway, and then we end with 2 technical matches, which will just separate the teams, no doubt.
Yeah, and oh, Mr. Mold's dropping a tier 1 as well. Thank you very much, guys, for all the subs, especially Mr. Heffy, who just randomly decided to drop 10 in support of his boys this evening. So it looks as though everyone is in and ready to go. But okay, so we got another wild card in here, Pabs. We got one of the old reliable RAF boys in, Mr. Fluffy Hippo, taking part in that one. Obviously, the RAF lads in Division 3, but a very strong outfit nonetheless. So I'm pretty sure he'll fit in absolutely fine. So we've got another.
Hippo can drop RDs with anyone.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. If anyone watches Jay on Warzone, then you'll know he's very, very good, especially at the movement in this game. Which team is down a player? Don't worry, Torpy, we're back. It was Katana Pyro. Unfortunately, Jack, his computer died. But we're back and ready to go with Mr. Fluffy Hippo filling in, and I think they have now pressed the button to get us underway. So prayers, please, in the chat, because hopefully we don't get a glitch that happened yesterday. Counting down, and I'm crossing every single politically correct part of my body at the moment, Pablo, to be honest, because I'm very worried, not going to lie.
Man, I think you're at that stage now where just cross the unpolitical ones, or the politically incorrect ones as well, because we have definitely, since that patch, they've tried to do us, but hopefully we're going to be heading in, and hopefully we're going to see some Call of Duty action from at least the AM side of things very soon.
Oh no. Now it's one of the FBG Melon guys that aren't connecting. I've got a feeling we might have the same issue. I'm hoping... Oh no, hang on, it's counting down. Oh no, it's because he left. I got too excited again. Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, so we are going to...
What have we got to talk about today?
Chat, give us a topic of conversation. Give us your CDL predictions. We got plenty of time to kill.
Kick off classic predictions that are more sensible than Royal Ravens versus Toronto Ultra on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing that London Royal Ravens team.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to seeing all the players that have come through the pipeline. So there's a few. I think I was looking... Is it the Gorillas Mutineers game? I think there's a couple of rookies that have come into that one of those teams. It might be the LA Gorillas. I think it was beginning with a P. Gorillas. His name's really unusual. It's a really odd name. I looked it up before, and just... No, it's not the Gorillas. It might be the Mutineers side, the Florida team. I've picked someone up with their Awakening and that.
I'm just praying that it's not a phase wipeout this year for the most part. I'm hoping that there's going to be a few more. Obviously, we did see a few different winners last year, but I'm just praying that.
Daft Paddy, I wonder if he's a pickup. Yeah, there's a few, and obviously, yeah, Daft Paddy, is it?
Daft Paddy?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So there's a few.
Well, that's our Shift. He'll know.
Yeah, Shift will definitely know, but it's looking forward to seeing those players that have come through challenges and hopefully going to get an opportunity to play. But there's a few.
Yeah.
And whether they're going to actually get an opportunity or whether they're going to get thrown into challenges teams as kind of I don't know, like going out on loan almost, isn't it?
Yes. But at least now we're seeing. Oh, I said that. Right. Okay. Yeah. No, it's. I like seeing new names in the CDL.
Not getting in that time.
Huh?
Pentagram is not getting in that Thieves roster just yet.
Why not? Why not? I think, to be fair, if something goes terribly wrong, he's going to be in with a shot.
I mean, it's a pretty stacked roster, so I don't know. Could be a tricky one.
Because what is the 4?
I've literally just been on them. Actually, I've just come off them. Hold on. It's Kenny. It's so Drazza, Kenny, Octane, and Envoy. So Drazza probably like the weak link out of those. Well, that's probably cheeky as well because he did have a decent like entry into the season. But yeah, that's a tricky team to get into. And it depends as well. I think this roster, this kind of game might suit them a little bit more, but we'll see.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't really know with this Vanguard. Like Stevie was saying, the phase scrims, they've not been great. A lot of the teams we've seen scores that you think in scrims might not necessarily. This is the difficulty with scrims. You can never really give a full assumption based off of them because you can still kind of get you can still kind of get scrims that are bad, and then you go into the competition and then they'll just wipe the floor with people. So obviously in scrims, that's when they're experimenting different roles, different strats, all that kind of stuff, and then they knit it together for the first one. But the first series and the first like tournaments are always the most interesting because at least you kind of get an idea for the benchmarks of all the teams.
Yeah, you do get a little bit of an idea, but they come into the main games with a bit more gusto, don't they? So yeah, it's a weird one. I'm just looking at the roster for Boston Breach now, and that's like
methods lot.
Yeah, I mean, you've got 2 young lads who come in there, captured out, and Nero, is it? Hang on.
It says everyone's in. There's a new thing now on this Pabs where you have I think it's a 30-second countdown timer.
But you can't change it.
No, I think it's now preset to 30 seconds. But I think we're in, and I think everyone is in as well. We'll switch it over. We've got a game of COD on the way. I'll just wait for the... Boom! We're in. Happy days.
We're Tuscan, finally.
Oh, man. So, yeah, guys, thank you very much for sticking around through all the delays. So it is going to be Katana, Pyro, and FBG Melon here in Division 2, getting it underway. And, yeah, as mentioned, Mr. Fluffy Hippo on the side of Katana Pyro is filling in for these boys last minute with the issues that Jack had on his PC. And he's going to manage to grab 1 kill on the hill already, is Jay. He's got a couple of players potentially ready to pinch him at any moment. Jackson is just watching over mid for the time being. But as we always say, Pablo, this hill is more preferred on the side of Katana Pyro in terms of holding time. And I suppose FBG Melon, they've got to try and get as much time off of them as possible, but then also look to that important rotation.
Yeah, they just want to contest this so that there isn't too much of a deficit when they go into P2. Fluffy Hippo's like 1 kill at that point was super important. One of the players from FBG had looked to rotate round and get a quick flank, and he managed to just be awake enough to be able to get that kill. So that kind of stopped the opportunity for FBG Melon to try and get any time, really. So a nice hold on P1, but it's going to come down to the gunfights for P2, and obviously you can kind of almost discount P1 in terms of its effectiveness in the game as a whole. So FBG Melon with a good opportunity to hold and take some time. So yeah, and we can see already Katana Pyro kind of lumped out into church. They're going to have to separate a little bit, and there could be some unfortunate timing for Jackson Major as he's potentially going to get shot in the back. He gets a great kill, dirty kill over to Moosh as well, which is unfortunate for the boys from Melon.
Yeah, and Katana Pyro, they've managed to break in now. They've still got the issue of Quiz out the back, but nice work from Kaka. He's a man that on his day is very difficult to play against, especially in Search and Destroy, if I remember correctly. He can have some really good Search and Destroy games. So the boys of Katana Pyro, they're going to try and contest, but Quiz will get the last remaining man off of the hill. And now the rotation over towards that all-important Fountain Hill. is now going to go down. Looks as though Dashi going to look to try and lock himself out the back. Shots into Ray. There's one for Dashi. His teammate Jackson takes down the second, and already Pablo, a good start on this next hill for Katana.
Yeah, it was really good. Jackson was set up for that push around the back, and Moose had made the run round, but unfortunately it just wasn't much of a pinch. Both players kind of in the same area, so they get killed. There's no trade, and it's a really effective bit of play there from Dashi at the back, and from Jackson, who just managed to get that pinch. But again, with this wild kill that we see, this Fountain Hill, where sometimes it's really, really difficult, even if you get the kills, to try and maintain a hold, just because of the amount of entrance points that you can get access to. And it's FBG Melon who end up with the foot on the door, and ultimately getting the kills. A big job right now for the Hippo, who's just stepping in at the last minute, so a big moment. But Dashi looking strong already in 6 and 7. He's got some really important kills over towards the back. But you would suggest, mate, that it's quite even across the board. Maybe Katana Pyro with a reasonable advantage on the slaying front, but probably not turning that slaying advantage into much of a deficit in time.
Yeah, so Fisher and Dashi at the moment are kind of trading for who can get the biggest clip. And Dashi's a player who's never been shy of racking up a lot of kills. It's just mainly the ones that we flag up as well in previous ones, Pablo, is those important ones. But he's started off all right at the moment, which is currently going even. And the boys of Katana Pyro, they are going to look to try and work their way in towards the hill. Jackson with 1 kill. Jackson snaps onto the second as well. A really nice couple of kills to make the break there. And there's the third for him as well to complete the 3-piece. Really good work from Jackson. And at the moment, Katana Pyro, they're doing a good job on this hill. They've broken in. There's still 30 seconds left. Moosh, the man with so many fans out there looking to try and make the break. He can't make it happen. Ray's going to try and work his way through as well. He might get some bad timing. Oh, there's another man behind him. Actually rattles his teammate as well, so they're both going to fall down. Jay going to grab an important 2-piece, and Kaka with the final man as well to clear them out. And that's scrap time, Pablo, and that hill there from Katana Pyro was pretty solid.
Yeah, it was almost exemplary, kind of weighted to control Churchill. We did see it was unfortunate for the boys from Katana not able to glide out of that hill. They've got 2 players presently on a 4-2 streak. Jackson just got tied up on the 4 streak, so not unfortunate for them. They're not going to have much ordnance going into the preceding open hills potentially after this one, but a great hold, and they're already set up for next. So right now, FBG Melon really need to put their foot on the gas and just start to drop some bodies and get their foot, at least a contesting, because right now, make this game potentially running away from them. If they get, one more team wipe, it could be a problem for them. And Fluffy Hippo going big inside the hill. 17 and 10 though from Jackson, an absolute performance so far. And you would suggest with that kind of slaying power that Katana Pyro were just looking hot.
Yeah, this is kind of the part of the game now where FBG Melon just kind of need to hit the reset button a little bit and try and play just for a few picks in that, because it has been very red, that kill feed, and it's showing in the kill to Desh. Jay having a really good game at 14 and 8. I believe we saw him just on an 8 streak there before he did drop in that hill. So they are going to be the first couple of players to rotate over towards the new hill. And FBG Melon now going to look to try and work their way in. But Jay's going to call the glide bomb in already. Moosh has been spotted in mid-map. Can he grab the kill? No, he's not. But it looks as though his teammates might be nearby for trades in and around the hill. Ray is looking to try and clear one out. Kaka will fall. So FBG Melon, they are going to get on that hill. But now the next kill is important. And Jay again manages to come through with another big kill. And potentially here, another important set of time for Katana Pyro as Jay starts to light up the kill feed once more.
Yeah, Hippo going absolutely off. He's 16 and 10. He's just dominating this P1. And again, just unfortunate that he was a little tentative to drop the glide right on his own head, because unfortunately Moose did drop before the glide connected, and there was a player in P1, but it ultimately he's worked out quite well for Katana Pyro as they just maintain this dominance in the slaying, now turning into really solid time as they approach a good solid 60-70 second lead, which is we've got to start to worry. They're probably 30 seconds off being at that point where they can take the foot off the gas. They can get 15-20 seconds off the kill of the preceding hills and then potentially win the game. So right now, just a really solid performance from Katana, and one you would expect from an org with the kind of reputation and history that they have. FBG Melon just need to really get back into the game, and I would suggest that outside of trying to compete in terms of slaying, they need to get ahead of the rotations and need a big hold. They can't afford to get team wiped anymore, and one thing I would suggest is they just need to push out a little bit. Too many players too close to the hill right now, and as one player drops, there's no one really there to support. We do finally see a player get back onto the hill, so this could be a good moment. If they turn this into a solid 30-second hold, but FBG Melon need to do this now consistently over the next 2 or 3 hills.
Yeah, they just need to play their numbers here because they do have the advantage, but Kaka's up top, takes down one, looking for the second onto Fisher, not going to quite grab that one, and it'll be important time here, but just potentially overchows that one just a little bit, so it will be scrap time going in favour of Katana, Pyro, and Jackson. He's had a really good map so far. Spots Ray out the back. This is a really big gunfight if he can win it. No shots in the back, and big rotation coming through now for the boys in green. Whether they can hold the time, though, is going to be a different matter. Nice work in the back once again to clear out the last remaining man in Dashi. So now those red arrows of Katana, Pyro gonna have to try and work their way over towards the hill as a team, and Fisher, feel sorry for him because he's going to get naded left, right and centre. Whether he can stay alive will be the main thing here. And nades coming through. They're clearing out every single player now, so Quiz is just kind of the last man lurking in the back. Dashi takes him down. Moosh with 1, Moosh with 2. He's come to life. Oh, I thought he was going to get the 3rd as well, but Dashi with a really important kill, but now he's got all those green arrows flooding towards him. There's not much he can do about that one, and FBG doing a good job there to stabilise the ship because it was looking a bit bleak for a second.
Yeah, it did end up coming down to a really big performance from one player right in the middle of that kind of melee, and unfortunately for the FBG Melon guys, they just didn't really like look down that left hand side of where P1 is, and they got caught unawares, and that's left, you know, Katana, Pyro with a good opportunity to get scrap time and ultimately just get a challenge in. But really nice from the FBG Melon lads. It looks like they've kind of put the foot down on the accelerator a little bit and just started to pick things up. But again, they need to do this consistently because there is still a 30-second deficit, but it's a much better performance towards the latter end of this second rotation. So good work by Melon to come back, but again, Katana, Pyro still a dangerous outfit, and they need to maintain this consistency, otherwise there's potential for the Pyros to set this game on fire, and, you know, and to run away with the victory.
Yeah, I see what you did there. Good
Man,
little...
the brain's so slow. The brain is so slow.
So the boys of Katana, Pyro now. They were on a combined 8 streak there before Jay and Dashi did both drop, so now important kills coming through now for FBG Melon. They really need to hold a decent amount of time here. And now Jackson flies in. Oh my goodness, I thought he was going to get Moosh as well. He's not going to on that occasion. Jay going to look to try and potentially grab a couple of kills on the remaining players. Nope, they're going to have absolutely none of that once again. So an important 15 seconds for the boys in green. But now they've got to try and work their way over towards the new hill. You can see Jackson already going to be here, but underneath him is going to be Fisher. And if he can make the play here and grab potentially 1 or 2 kills, this is going to be a big moment here for the boys of FBG. If he can just try and sneak his way through, he looks as though Kaka's going to run straight into him. Oh, but Kaka just slams the door straight in his face. And now Katana, Pyro, Pablo in a really good opportunity here on this hill to hold a solid amount of time. But they've got to be careful of Moosh because he's going all the way around.
Yeah, they've got to really be ready for this flank, and it does look like it's going to be the one Kaka cod. He's just so... There's something about him. He has a sixth sense. He can smell trouble. He takes care of downstairs, goes around to tiles and takes care of tiles, and that's going to be a big opportunity. FBG Melon did really, really well towards the last 2 or 3 kills just to get themselves back into this game, but like the boys from Katana are just starting to feel themselves, and Kaka Cod, you know, and unusually for him a deficit right now is 22 and 23, but he has got a solid 35 seconds in there, and the rest of the team have just performed so well. But I wouldn't write the boys from FBG Melon off just yet, but they do need a solid contest now as they hit this P1, which is historically over the last 2 rotations being almost exclusively the boys in red.
Yeah, and when you look at the kills that the boys of Katana, Pyro have got between, especially Jackson and Dashi, the kill feed at the moment is looking a bit bleak as 20 seconds now remain for the boys in green to try and make the break. Moosh around the back. Can he be the talisman over towards the later stages of this game? They will manage to break in towards the hill. And Kaka just exchanging a few shots there with Quiz, but the automaton bullets going to rip straight through him, so they are going to invest a glide bomb. Dashi going to look to try and get Moosh off the hill. Can he grab the kill? No, Moosh with flak jacket is just going to take that like Iron Man, like a champ. And now the boys of FBG Melon, they really need to speed up their play a little bit here now because it's going to be Quiz, last man on the hill. Manages to take down 1, looking for the second. Dashi's there for the trade. And with 10 seconds remaining now, they need to go, and they need to go quickly. Dashi's still alive on the hill. Fisher's going to try and work his way through, but Jay says no to that one. And it looks as though with 7 seconds left, they will just hold on FBG Melon. But man, they've got to do it for the foreseeable future here, perhaps, because 1 clean break just like that, and this could be game potentially.
Yeah, and the big problem is that there's already a player, and who is it? Kaka Cod, Mr. Sixth Sense, is already looking to cause trouble over towards that P2, and we see this game end so often here. It's one of the crazy hills in the game, and Pyro already set up, and that's going to be an easy few seconds for them. Katana, Pyro really just looked like they were just in the driving seat from the outset, and a really solid performance from a really solid 4-piece, and you've got to congratulate Fluffy Hippo, Big J there coming in and absolutely dominating a game that he he's literally just walked into. So it just goes to show, when you've got a quality player like that coming in, he's got a solid 25 kills and a solid amount of time on the hill as well. So quality performance across the board from the boys in red.
Yeah, so Katana Pyro, they now lead the series 1-0. And Call of Duty just lagging the crap out of my OBS as per usual. But yeah, really good map there from the boys in red there, Pablo. Obviously, it's a team now with the addition of Jay, kind of as a last-minute sub. In terms of slaying power, it was there for all to see. It was mainly just kind of a place of positioning their rotations well to get the time. It wasn't really an issue of slaying power. They definitely had it in bundles there.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to look to the likes of Dashi as well. He had an absolutely storming performance. If you go back to the stats, I think he dropped 31. He was, solid when it comes to that, to the Fountain Hill. He was absolutely rock solid in that hill. But P1, time and time again, man, they just didn't look like they could be budged off P1. They challenged really effectively over towards the Fountain Hill. They had control of Tiles Hill. And, obviously the big one for us is that P2 where we see these games end more often than not. And they did a great job there. What I would suggest, FBG Melon, a little too clustered in hills at times, and they just needed to spread out a little deeper so that they could, if they can't get the kills, at least get the information for the players that are a little bit closer to the hill. And they just didn't do it until maybe towards the end of the second rotation, and that's what's let them down ultimately.
Yeah, now one thing I was going to mention here is kind of search and destroy with strats and teamwork. You can see the teams that are obviously kind of mismatched in terms of understanding where they're going. But if you're playing devil's advocate, you argue, well, the boys of Katana have got a RAF player in there, and we know how good RAF are very good at search and destroy. So it wouldn't surprise me if they look like a very close-knitted roster again, even in the search. So FBG Melon are really going to have to come out flying here on the Tuscan search as well.
Yeah, and you're talking about not just the RAF player. We know that those guys are solid at S&D. They've got Kaka Cod as well. So you're talking about a player who's super experienced. He's played right across the board, tons of different teams at different levels. He's played against everyone. I think he's friends with quite a lot of the Irish top AM players. So this is someone who really does understand S&D. So I would suspect Katana Pyro going to be a very, very solid S&D team. But again, this is where the playing field gets leveled. So big opportunities. But Dashi and Jackson straight out the blocks, and with a nice kill each, and you would suspect that anyone who does get that first blood is going to be in a solid position to take the round.
Yeah, it looks as though number 8 in Moosh is going to go hunting on the flank. He might potentially be able to grab at least one hit. Jackson's going to be a freebie, but now it's all on Moosh as his teammate Fisher is going to fall. So Moosh, can he work a bit of his magic here? There's going to be one man. He's dashing around the corner. Moosh with a really big kill to grab the second. Makes it a 1 versus 2. But with 15 seconds left on the clock, he's not going to have a huge amount of time on his favour. Kaka is going to be right next to him. He is going to actually spot Jay, but I think the time is just going to get the better of him, and it will be a first round hit to Katana Pyro.
Yeah, absolutely, and just some unfortunate timer for both players. Moosh doing really well, but unfortunate. The map was just a little too large, and there's a little too many places for players to be able to hide, and he just wasn't able to do enough. But good performance by him, able to get the 3, but just not enough to take the round. And Katana Pyro with a very disciplined round. And this is the other thing, they're not going to make, you look at the players like Jay, you look at the players like Kaka, Cod and Dashi, they're not going to make the kind of mistakes that you would at a lower AM level. They're going to be a solid S&D team who know how to play the game really well.
Oh, a good opening round there from the boys of Katana Pyro. They are going to draw first blood, and now it's going to be the boys of FBG Melon on the attack. It looks as though Mushi doing exactly what Katana did, just pushing up, getting straight on the bomb. And this first blood is normally the most important factor here in some of these Tuscan searches. It looks as though some shots going down as Quiz is going to just be keeping an eye over the top of middle map. But now it's just a question of when the boys of Katana Pyro are going to try and make the strike, because Ray's got the first blood. Really good work from him. So now, can they reply with a couple of kills? Because Fisher's actually going to drop Jay now. So Kaka and Jackson, last 2 up. Jackson is going to take down 1, and this next kill for Kaka's huge. If he can manage to get the time in, because his teammate is now going to fall. So now it's just going to be Kaka in the 1v3 Pabs, and with 16 seconds left, it's looking a bit bleak.
Yeah, again, in the same position as Moose, and again, the map just a little large. I don't think he's going to get an opportunity to defuse, and he is going to get taken down in the end, and that's usually what happens, especially in Vanguard. It is really rare to see these kind of super clutches that we'd seen across the board in the likes of Modern Warfare. In Cold War, we saw it, all the time, but it's a true rarity, and it really, goes to show. We look at that 1v4 that Denzer pulled off. It's so rare that it just tells you about the quality of the player, and it also also tells you how well Moose did. But one thing to consider, Major, Moose needs 1 kill and he's got that glide,
Yeah.
so potentially FBG Melon could get themselves in the driving seat one more time.
Yeah, so we'll stay on board here with Moosh because mentioned this is going to be a big kill. He's just going to catch a stun straight to the face, but or Jay going to get straight on the bomb. Are they going to try and nade him out here? You can see all the tacticals being thrown at him again. The flak jacket comes through. Jay gets the bomb down. But now, can Moosh play for this 5th kill? He at least spots Jay in you. Can he push him out here? Shots into the back of him, and he does. 5 in a row from Mr. Moosh. Really good work here from Moosh. And now 2 versus 2. But again, they're going to have to act quickly here, are the boys of FBG Melon, because they're running out of time. But look, Moosh is on the flank. I think he's behind one at least. Can he grab the kill, Moosh? No, Dashi cuts him down. So now 1 versus 1. Dashi versus Quiz. He just needs to play the timer here. Dashi, he knows where Quiz is. Oh, but he overpeaks it. And Quiz makes him pay. Oh, but Dashi gets him with the nade. What have I just seen? Katana Pyro somehow take that round when I thought they just had it.
No, man, you've got to keep an eye on that time. It is wild. He sees the player. He shoots across with an absolutely awesome pick, but again, potentially lying down and trying to get the defuse as early as possible may have been his best course of action, but we can't really be that player in his shoes and make his decisions for him. But great shots nonetheless. But Katana Pyro just playing for time and a great performance. But, you know, if you're Quiz with that 2-piece, you are devastated you don't get that round.
Oh. Because he still had 26 seconds on the clock, but I think the nade was just cooked to perfection, Gordon Ramsay style from Mr. Dashi. Just lands it right on his noggin and takes him down. And oh, looks as though Jay's got a free pick. Yep, another couple of kills coming through for Jay now in the search. So now it is going to be a 2 versus 3. And they're still hunting now for the last man in Quiz, as Ray is going to get taken down now. So Quiz with a 1 versus 3, but they've got to be careful now, FBG Melon pads, because these rounds are slowly starting to tick away from them as they drop another one.
Yeah, I think one of the problems they're facing is that they kind of play into the same pace as Katana Pyro. Pyro are just controlling the kind of speed of the game. So I think if you are an FBG Melon kind of player, you need to consider either slowing things down considerably, making this a lot more of a cautious game, or just speeding up and being super aggressive, because right now they need to mix it up. And Katana Pyro just dictating how the game is being run, essentially. And this is why we're seeing this round after round now. We're just seeing them start to accumulate a hefty lead. But again, you know, it was a pretty close-ish game in the hard point, and I would suggest that still enough in FBG Melon, and obviously in particular in Moosh and Quiz right now, that they are, you know, have something in the bank that might bring this back.
Yeah, and it looks as though the boys are going to get the bomb down once again. Jay just waiting a little bit this time before getting the bomb down, just baiting out the nades. And Dashi, another big kill coming through from him. He's been a real menace to the boys of FBG Melon so far in both maps, and it looks as though he's doing even more so in the search. So with 35 seconds left on the clock again, they're going to have to try and look to make the play quickly here. But Kaka, there's a free pick. He takes down 1. And it looks as though Fisher's going to run straight into the shots of Jay, but he manages to take him down. Actually, really nice shots there from Fisher and good reactions to grab the kill. But Dashi gets another pick, and now it's just going to be Ray, last man up. He's going to fall, and wow, Katana, to be fair, Pablo, they are looking like a very, very good search and destroy outfit.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, Kaka taking one of those, I've noticed it's kind of like a trend at the minute. Very popular spot in S&D is that kind of tiles tight into the building. It's one that players don't often check. They usually look towards back tiles, or they'll look all the way down the throat of fire. And again, it just pays dividends for Kaka COD. And right now, you've just got to look to the duo of Jackson and Dashi. You were just having an absolutely awesome game, and they've just really powered through. And again, you've got to consider Dashi on a 4 streak, so potentially 1 off the glide, but also Jackson's pretty close with a handful of rounds remaining. So it's a big performance out to the boys from Katana right now, and I guess if you're FBG Melon, again, this is a lot more of an aggressive play. The trades finally go down, but who's there to cause problems?
No, they just team killed.
Mr. Hippo is there. Was there a TK in there?
Yeah, there was a TK. I'm pretty sure one of the FBG Melons just rattled his teammate in the back. Look, yeah, Ray just absolutely blitzes his teammate in the back. So all Jay has to do is put a bullet in. And oh man, it's just, if you could sum up FBG search, it would be in that moment there, Pabs, because it looks like the boys of Katana Pyro are just 1 round away from seeing this one out. And the way it's going at the moment with a combined 8 streak, it's looking like a really, really steep hill to climb now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just suggest FBG and Melon are probably not in the best position to try and mix things up now. It definitely seems to have got away from them. Again, you're just going to see that player that is going to be Mr. Hippo just eating up those stuns and eating up the nades. Great pick from Jackson, 7 and 3. Moose is going to bring in some ordnance, and that's not going to do the kind of damage I think he would have expected. And definitely would have got a few weeks ago, but Jackson just feeling himself 8-3 right now. He does fall, though, Major, at the last minute, so both of those streaks are going to be inevitable. Ray versus Kaka caught in a 1v1, mate, with 25 remaining.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if Ray just sticks this, Kaka's got to absolutely leg it. He's got a nade cook for him. Oh, but the window's not open. Is he going to get it down in time? Oh, he's not. He's going to get the defuse, so the nade isn't going to do enough. And Jesus, FBG Melon, they are going to breathe a huge sigh of relief there. They're down, but not out. But blooming hell, Pabs, that was the finest margin they probably could have asked for in that round.
Yeah, man. I guess you've got to really look to Kaka Cod. He does tend to go as far away from the regular bomb site choice as far as possible. He looks to get into that tight position to get anyone who looks to flank around the back. And obviously, if you do end up with that player being the last player alive, he is potentially, as far geographically away as from the bomb as possible. And that is going to cause some problems. But a little slow and probably a little tentative, but a great choice by Ray just to get down and defuse that bomb. So good play by FBG Melon. And Moose with the first blood as well. Are we about to see a resurgence in this match? I would suggest Katana probably a good enough lead that they'll pick a round up, but FBG Melon definitely not out at the minute.
Yeah, and Mushi's nade there just being deflected by the invisible leaves on the tree. So Kaka is going to manage to make him pay for that one. Takes him down. And Jackson, he's been so reliable in this AR role. It looks as though he's going to be doing it again as he just rips Quiz straight out of that position. Dashi grabs one as well, and now all of a sudden a round that was looking good for FBG is just slowly starting to fall apart now. Fish has been spotted. Dashi grabs the kill, and Katana, Pyro, make no mistake about that one, Pablo. 6-2 and looking good, 2-0 up in the series.
Man, you've got to feel just the wrong time to get the sprint on. The animation causes the gun to go up, and there's no kind of quick ADS, and he gets absolutely bodied by a really, really quality Dashi, who's had, both players, Jackson and Dashi, have an absolutely superb performance. Just a solid foundation from the other two players, and Katana Pyro just look absolutely rock solid as a team. And you consider that they've got the most, the last possible minute pickup in Fluffy Hippo, who's also playing, outstanding Call of Duty as well.
So the boys now of Katana 2-0 up in the best of 5 here in Division 2, and they are looking very, very good. It must be said, the gun skill on that team cannot be argued against here at the moment, and now it's going to be coming down to a map, Pablo, which arguably is very heavily weighted towards engagements and gunfights in that Bocage hardpoint.
I think there's going to be one big mammal who's going to enjoy this map, and it is going to be our Fluffy Hippo, because he absolutely loves this kind of, close quarter engagements. And then he's got Kaka there as well, who absolutely loves this kind of battle. And so I would suggest maybe FBG Melon have got to try and go toe-to-toe with them. They've got to step up a gear, though. This is the thing, they're slightly off the pace. Their transitions in hardpoint went great. They were slightly off the pace in terms of ADS and in terms of gun skills. So this is a big opportunity. We know that Bocage does kind of level the playing field a little bit, and it brings that skill gap down because it's so frantic.
Yeah.
So this is a big this is they're basically even if they need to win this map, they have to win it. The only fear obviously is if they do manage to surprisingly get a result in this Bocage, they then go into probably the most technical hardpoint map, which is Desert Siege. I would say it's probably suggested slightly more technical than Berlin, because it does have a number of really unusual hills. So this is an uphill, no questions asked. This is a mountain to climb for FBG Melon.
Yeah, so, and this is really kind of like their springboard map here, the boys of FBG. As you mentioned, they kind of need to make it messy, kind of make it a little bit awkward for the boys of Katana, because at the moment they look as though they're really doing the damage. And Mr. Olav saying Desert Siege is out of the rotation. Okay, it might be a case just for ACCL. They're looking to continue this until the end of the kickoff weekend, maybe. But those are the maps currently that the boys are using vetoes for. So we will see a Desert Siege in map number 4, regardless. But yeah, this is one now where FBG Melon they really need to try and either up the pace or just try and keep up with the slaying here. It looks as though, because I was about to ask the question, which out of Dashi and Jackson, who's going to be kind of running that flex role, because obviously they're both very accomplished with the automaton, but one of them, as we normally see, kind of like that 3 SMG meta on here. Which one of them is going to take it up? So it looks as though it is going to be Jackson doing that, and I suppose that is really kind of a little bit of a positive, in that they might potentially have Jackson in a role that he might not necessarily be as comfortable as he would be on that automaton, because I mean he looked pretty much faultless in that AR role. Yeah,
I'm going to suggest that he's probably going to be, very handy with the MP40.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. Over the mid-range. I mean, ARs are going to argue that the MP40 is way too stable over the mid-range. It's very good at clipping kids from distance. So I think Jackson's going to be fine. Right now, that P1, just a classic P1 on Bocage. It's kind of no one really gets much of an advantage, and it ends up being a hyper test, and really comes down to that transition over to P2. We're seeing Katana Pyro already on the 5 streak for Dashi. They're getting control P2, and this is just looking already like an uphill struggle for FBG Melon. Desert Siege coming out of the rotation does surprise me a little bit, as obviously, you know, a lot of complaints about Bocage hardpoint. You would have thought this would potentially come out, but one of the few really small maps, so maybe the thought process is there to mix up the geography of the maps. But Katana Pyro may just edge into the lead as we hit the end of this P2, and they already settled for grannies, and you can see them spreading out just to get those picks. There's going to be number 1, Ray, just looking to cause as much problems as possible before the rest of his team join him to begin this war of attrition over towards Roller Grannies.
Yeah, and he did a really good job, actually, to get Dashi off of that heady, because if any of you watch Dashi in scrims, that position, he loves it, and he gets a lot of kills from it, as he's already showing now, currently at 10 and 4. You stick Dashi on a heady, the boy's not moving, and he's going to get a lot of kills, and we saw it again just then, as he manages to grab yet another kill, so he's just going to be anchoring the position, at least for the time being, for the boys of Katana Pyro, as they try and work their way towards the front of the hill, but it's just exchanging a few shots. They've still got Fisher alive in the hill as the players try to collapse on him, and it looks as though Katana Pyro will break through. Moosh having another quiet game on his part. We'll see if he can manage to prove to be the X Factor here, Pablo, because when Moosh does well, even though it's a different roster, normally his teams tend to perform well as well around him.
Yeah, he's off the pace a little bit, but it's not entirely tragic. Just now he is getting a little bit of time. He has kind of got a number of interactions around the same kind of amount of interactions, but unfortunately just a little negative at the minute. I think once he starts to get his gun fired up, but the problem is it's got to be done sooner rather than later, because, you know, Bocage can run away from teams who are struggling, and with 2 players potentially, in fact 1 has just flipped over, so Fish potentially going to go on to a 5 streak right now. He gets the glide. This could be big for FBG Melon. Yeah. They've maintained the lead. They've got the glide. They do look like they're hanging in terms of kills. It's just really Moose that needs to pick things up. You know, Ray as well, 8-13 with only 5 seconds. You would suggest that he needs to start getting some kills as well. And potentially we could see a surprise in this Bocage. Well, I say a surprise. This is what Bocage does to teams.
Yeah, and flagged up Jackson before. He's having a slower game by his standards. Oh, there you go. He's just, the beauty of commentator's curse comes straight through as he rips 2 players right off of that one. So he does manage to get a couple in a row. There's a third as well, so the trade's looking to come through as Moosh will get involved in the action. But again, the kill feed lights up red for a little bit now. Katana Pyro going to look to soak up some more time. They've still got Dashi lurking. A nice couple of kills from Mr. Kakakod there, who's having a bit of a blinder here as 3 in a row go through for him. 4 now for streaks, and 1 more. There you go. Glide bomb now ready for Kaka. So really good work in the grander scheme of things. Obviously, Moosh is still alive over towards that hard point. That's a big couple of kills though from Kaka to grab the glide bomb. It wouldn't surprise me if we see it here potentially on this hill, Pablo, because this is the one that we tend to see it quite a lot on.
Yeah, and obviously it's the next open hill, and you are probably going to see some Odin Dashi. Does drop one right onto Moosh's cap. 9 and 14 with 40 seconds under the hill. So, you know, Katana potentially in a position now where they've got 1 glide there, and no FBG Melon do have 1 as well. But this is going to be maybe end up being a contest hill, but we are then going to go back to that highly challenged P1, and we'll see this rotation happen again. And FBG Melon just doing really well to stay in the lead. If they can maintain a challenge, or even, you know, potentially try and get a push out again, 2 players going to the hill, they do need 1 to push off now and to start to spread that team out a little bit, because otherwise they're just going to get pushed off this hill. We can already see Katana Pyro getting set up for P1 and potentially, you know, trying to steal an easy 15 seconds I should say, but it's going to come down to these big kills. Oh my god, Jackson just did the dirty right on quiz with the handgun. So Katana Pyro looking very strong, but they're just not able to turn it into time. And who's back on the hill but FBG Melon?
Yeah, very reminiscent of Rob Van Dam there from wrestling straight off the top rope, and manages to grab both kills there with the pistol and the SMG. So good work there from Jackson, who's now really come to life here. But again, as you mentioned, Pablo, the time FBG Melon are doing a really good job of just soaking up time on hills. And Fisher, another couple of kills coming through for him, and makes it 3 as well. The third onto Jackson. He is going to get traded out by Kaka, but again, FBG Melon, although they are struggling in moments of this game, they've got a huge amount of time to show for the amount of kills that Katana Pyro are getting on this Bocage hard point. And we're going to see some streaks coming through now from Fisher. So it looks as though Dashi's end is inevitable as that lands right on his bonnet. as the boys of FBG Melon going to look to try and push their way up, ready for P2, but it looks as though the lads of Katana Pyro, Pablo, they're pretty smart to it, and they're in position, ready to go.
Yeah, I think a lack of comms going on. They didn't get themselves on the hill. It was only 4 or 5 seconds, but they're not very quick to get onto the hill, looking for like the perfect setup, which has allowed FBG Melon to just stroll through almost unimpeded from into barn. And again, we're seeing that again. If you get kills across, they're going to allow them to push up and potentially now get this pinch. So big moment as the boys from Katana Pyro really do look to defend this P2. A little reticent and maybe a little under aggressive at times, but they managed to push out and not only set up the P2 to take the majority of time there, but already fighting over towards lower grannies to try and get set up for there. So Katana Pyro just looking to up the aggression, up the pace, and this could be a worrying moment for FBG Melon if they don't get to grips with these next 2 kills at all.
Ooh. And Fisher, again, another couple of kills coming through from him. There's still 10 seconds left on this hill. He's got to be careful not to spawn his teammates out, but he will manage to take the last man off the hill. The Kaka looking for the scrap time. Looks as though Jay is going to also battle for it as well. So Ray, although he takes one down, he gets one back in return. So now really good hold on that P2 there from Katana Pyro. Has now completely flipped the game on its head. But now we go over towards the Granny Hill where FBG Melon last time, they held a lot of time on it. So we'll see whether or not the boys of Katana Pyro can make the break. Dashi is going to grab a couple of kills. Is going to get traded out as well. So it looks as though they will hold the first wave of players off for the time being. Moosh just keeping his head down at the moment. He's not doing well in terms of kills and deaths, but he's soaking up the time. He's doing what he needs to on Bocage. Not necessarily the easiest thing to do. Will have an important gunfight, though. Not able to win that one, and it looks as though the boys of Katana Pyro, Pablo, they're just using brute force, but it's working, at least for the time being. But never mind, Quiz has just popped a 2-piece and restored a bit of normality inside the hill for those boys.
Yeah, it was really nice to see Quiz and Ray just teaming up there. They managed to get 2 pieces between themselves, but, you know, Katana Pyro really aggressive. They pushed 3 into the hill. They kept 3 on the hill, and that's allowed them to just soak up a little bit of this scrap time. But again, we're seeing this. It's Bocage. We see it go back and forth. It's a wild map, but right now, both teams just, you know, vying for control. It looked like FBG Melon were just having that little bit of air between them, a little bit of distance between them, but it's been clawed back and even pushed over by Katana Pyro. So that slaying and that consistency right the way from start to finish. Again, we're seeing it from the boys in red and not necessarily from the boys in green, as we do see a random player join. And in Alma, unfortunately, we're seeing this time and time again. I think it might be a glitch, so does manage to back out in time. But Fisher having an absolutely awesome game. 51 seconds, 26 kills, but he has got 26 deaths as well. And despite Moose's, you know, negative score, he's doing the dirty work to keep his team in it. But right now, mates, that is a quick 20-second lead that's turned around by Katana Pyro.
Yeah, I say, if Katana Pyro end up dropping this, I mean, Kaka at the moment almost on 40 kills. He's 38 and 19 at the moment, and then you've also got every single player on the side of Katana Pyro pretty much positive. It's only Jackson that's just broken even. So FBG Melon at the moment, to be fair, if you're looking at the kills and you're looking at the scores, you're taking that the way this one has unfolded so far. So now it's just going to be a question of where are the next engagements going to lie. Kaka, glide bomb invested. It's going to take Ray off the hill. So now it's an opportunity for the boys to move. Jackson on the pinch. How many can he grab? Shots into Moose, shots into Quiz as well, and he gets both of them in quick succession. Fisher is going to be there for the trade. So FBG Melon, they are on the hill, but it's just a question now, Pablo, of how long, because if they keep losing these important engagements, it's just going to be a question of how, just really when the Katana Pyro lads will break in.
Yeah, I mean, right now they've been fortunate if they spawned reasonably close to this final hill in this rotation. But again, you know, if they're not able to hold the hill for any length of time on the next set of hills, that's going to prove really, really difficult for them. They need to get the rest of this scrap time, get themselves a reasonable lead, and then get that challenge back in for P1. You can already see Ray starting to think about it. He's not had the best game so far in terms of kills. He does manage to drop Dashi there, but immediately traded out by Jackson. That duo right now, absolutely solid 32 and 31 with almost exactly the same kind of time. So back when you're playing with that kind of foundation in Katana Pyro, and you've got a player like Kaka absolutely going off, you've got to ask the question, you know, how haven't they managed to turn this into greater time? And this is exemplary kind of way of how Bocage plays and why players aren't massively keen on it, because you can get a lot of these kind of, like, you know, padded out kills that don't necessarily turn around into time. And FBG Melon still with a slight lead, you would suggest, almost, you know, at this late stage in the game, that they still got a good opportunity if they can just maintain the challenge on P1 and get a solid setup for P2, which yet they haven't done at all in this game yet.
Yeah, so now this is their best opportunity here. Quiz is still alive in the back. Oh, but no, Jay is there to shut him down. And we saw previously on that last rotation, Katana Katana Pro. Well, they're playing like pros at the moment in terms of kills. Not necessarily in terms of time, but Katana Pyro, now they're going to look over towards that P2 once again to see if they can potentially round this game out. It will be Mr. Fluffy Hippo out on towards the hill. He does have teammates still just watching the back as Moose is just going to blindly run past one. Doesn't check the corner on that occasion. But now they will take Jay out of the hill, so they are going to stop the bleeding for the time being. With Jackson is going to get involved. Quiz looking to do the same, but Jackson cuts down two. Dashi cuts down the third. And Dashi with another big kill in the back to secure the spawns. Or maybe not. I think Quiz has just spawned up right behind him. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Call of Duty Vanguard. That was a rogue spawn and a half.
What is that spawn? Unbelievable. Quiz just rolls through tin with his team completely decimated, and he just gets the spawn just pushed up way far enough. The algorithm in this game for spawns is wild, and FBG Melon are going to get a free 15-20 seconds that they probably shouldn't have gotten. Katana Pyro probably fuming right now, and I think this fight is going to go all the way down towards Grannies as the contest is in. But FBG Melon probably going to get the 10 seconds. It's going to be a 2:30 to 2:06 as we hit Grannies, and we know how heavily contested this has been in the previous two rotations. Mate, this has been a wild map, and that spawn, man. Wow.
Oh, man. I'll tell you what. If Katana Pyro drop this map, they are going to be absolutely livid with it. And it looks as though, again, some more important gunfights going down. Ray is going to get taken down by Jay, who is now going to get in towards the hill. But now with FBG Melon only needing, 20 seconds to take this map, they're going to need a really strong hold here on Granny. Shots coming through from top. Oof. But Kaka has absolutely none of it. Fisher's going to get taken down. Moosh, last man nearby. You can see the game he's had. It's so rough at the moment. But if his boys manage to rip this from underneath Katana Pyro, they are going to be gassed and a half for this one. But now Fisher, can he get inside the hill? Katana Pyro can win off of this hill, so the contest is going to have to come through, but Jay shuts him down straight away, and those green arrows now, they are starting to trickle in one at a time. This is the danger. Quiz, though, does just about enough to stay alive, at least for the time being, but I think they can still win off of the hill. They can. Can they take Dashi off of the hill? No, they can't. Dashi wins one. They do hop off the hill temporarily, though. The boys in red, but now the kills are coming through. Jackson with another couple more to add to the tally, but now the race over towards Barn. This is make or break now. Can Jackson make the play? He's been so good in this series. 7 in a row is going to fall. Dashi with 4 in a row himself makes it 5. Jay drops the rest, and I think that is going to be game, and it will be game, set, and match to Katana Pyro. 3-0 in that one, but blooming hell, Pablo, they made a mess of that one, to be fair.
Absolutely wild play, man. If you're FBG Melon, you've just dropped the ball when you were given like the golden ticket there. You got a spawn you should never have ever got. You take good time off the hill, then you get that fight over to Grannies. You actually do the job, but then you lose complete composure in Barn, and they were all over the show. They had 2 players running the same way. They both got gunned down, and then the rest of the team spawned out, and Katana Pyro managed to push it over in the end after, you've got to say, great performance in the slaying, but just no real control in terms of transitions, and that is Bocage. Like, you've obviously got to give a shout out to that map for just being a wild map. But Kaka Cod nearly dropping 50 is just unreal, and the game being that close when you've got performances coming out to Jackson and Dashi like that. So and great work. You've got to say hats off to Fluffy Hippo for stepping in and providing what has been probably one of the most solid sub performances, substitute performances we've seen so far in this Vanguard season.
Yeah, and we mentioned it before. It doesn't surprise me that Jay's played well, to be honest. We've seen what he can do on RAF in Warzone and in Call of Duty Vanguard as well, so it doesn't surprise me that he went into that team and did a really good job. So fair play to the boys of Katana Pyro. It was a bit of a scrappy one, but they managed to get it done in 3-0 nonetheless. So congratulations there to those lads. They will secure another dub in the Division 2 group stages. And FBG Melon going to have to go away, do a little bit of work, and come back away. But to be fair, where the credit is due, Pablo, FBG Melon, if they get the gun skill in and get the kills, they take that map easily. So there's a lot of positives for those boys.
Yeah, especially from Bocage. Obviously, it looks like they're very well practiced on Bocage. The transition, the rotations were good, if not great. They were kind of very, very passable. I would look at Tuscan probably as their main problem there, is that they transitions were just not great. They didn't really move at the right time. They didn't commit the right kind of amount of players to new, or they weren't able to hold There was a couple of issues across the board there, but you know they do get the gun skill. Obviously, on a map like Bacage, that really is going to go a long way to helping you get the map. But yeah, need to go back to the drawing board. I would suggest on their S&D and in particular on Tuscan. So you know your first port of call is to go and nail Tuscan and Berlin, because those maps are consistently in the rotation. Make sure that you can play them as well as anyone, so that you've got a fighting chance of taking a round or two in a series, and then start to pad your knowledge out in terms of like Desert Siege, Bacage, and then obviously finally something like Kavutu and Demyansk, however the rotation looks going out of the kickoff classic.
Yeah, so a big GG's there to both teams. 1 second, Pablo. I've got to quickly try and.
But I mean, you've got to say hats off as well. I mean, you know, despite the problems that they had, FBG Melon did take the 2 hard points to a really like 220 to like 250, 230 to 250 kind of scoreline. So not a huge amount of tweaking that they need to do, realistically speaking. They just need to go a little bit back to the drawing board and just make sure their rotations are correct, get themselves good positions, get themselves set up. Because you look at they knew where to set up for Waterhill. They got a strong setup for that and did quite well on it. But then when they get into these kind of like almost kind of like CQB kind of situations in Church, they kind of lost out in terms of gun skill. You're up against the likes of Kaka and above you, who are very, very good players. And then obviously when you get in, they're not taking the money when they should be taking the money on hills that they should be absolutely dialing in. So obviously P2, you expect it to be a big challenge hill. P1, if you start on the right side, you should be looking at 20 or 30 seconds in Tuscan. Obviously if you get good control of tiles, you should be, you know, sneaking 20, 15 seconds straight away if you've got a good rotation before you even get a kind of first impact from the other team. So there's a ton of things they can work on. So hopefully they'll just go back to the drawing board and have a think. And we know Moose is a smart lad, so I'm sure he's got some ideas.
Yeah, so GG's there again to both teams, and hopefully this works all swimmingly. Yeah, so just while we sort out our next series, guys, because we do have a double header this evening, I'm just going to quickly sort out the relative graphics and such. So we are just going to take a quick break. I'll leave the highlights on screen for you guys who didn't miss any of the maps there, because they were pretty good ones as far as the boys of Katana Pyro are concerned anyways. So GG's there to both teams. But our next series, guys, coming up just after this short break is going to be KYP Diamond versus Flux Gaming. So another couple of teams that will be good to get a bit of information on in Division 2, because we saw how good Division 2 was last time. So we're looking to look over some of these other new rosters as well and see how they perform in this Division 2. But yeah, we'll be back in just a second, guys, while we sort out the graphics, and we'll have our second series ready to go in just a bit.
I won't be back.
Oh yeah, Pablo won't be. Yeah, Pablo's dipping. He's leaving me. It's just going to be little old me, but I'll be back in just a minute, guys. Don't worry.
Let me see you bring the Dutch back. 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 Let me see you bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back. Let me see you bring it back. Let me see you bring it back. Bring it back.
I'm such a bellend. I'm such a bellend. Literally, there's no other word for it. What a knob. What a knob. What I did say was, thank you, Africano, for the raid. Fuck's sake. Christ. Doesn't matter how long you do it, or how long I do it anyway. I will always be a certified knob with this kind of stuff. Thank you very much, Africano, for the raid. Hopefully you heard the C's. I think you heard the C's all right. Thank you very much, guys. And yeah, thank you for pointing it out, guys. Sorry, I was in my own little world tweeting out that the next game's due to start. What a knob. What a knob. And Destroyer as well with the follow earlier. Thank you very much. And Nanos with the follow as well. Thank you very much, buddy. Let me just check on the guys to see if they are ready to go. Pretty much, I'm ready. Jesus. It's been a long day, can you tell? Been a long week. Oh, making my glass against the thing there. But I hope you lot are ready for the Call of Duty action later on. Need to get my bevies from in the garage. But yeah, what I was saying, guys, when I didn't have myself on mute, was this is another Division 2 game here between KYP Diamond and Flox Gaming. And I haven't casted over Flox before, so it's going to be a new territory for me with these boys. I'm pretty sure I've casted KYP Diamond before. I will just double check their roster actually while I'm here. So the KYP Diamond is Borat, Panda, HBY and Crim. So yeah, I've definitely cast over these lads before. And then the boys of Flox, obviously Nanos, who's just dropped the follow now. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Versus Aussie, and I think is it Blazer? I think it's the fourth as well. So that's their team of 4. And Mr. Aussie as well with the follow. Thank you very much, mate. So yeah, we're just waiting on the invite to come through, guys, and then we should be good to go to start our next series. I'll put up the replays of the last ones as well. If you guys did miss the last game that we just had, this was the one between Katana, Pyro and FBG Melon. Katana, Pyro, they came out on top in that previous series. 3-0, really strong performance there from the boys in red. FBG Melon, they did win their series yesterday, but unfortunately they're going to have to take the L on this occasion, as they dropped that 1-3-0, 250 to 187, as you can see on the first map. It was 6-2 on the search, and then 250 to 233 on the old hard point in map number 3. And excited with the follow. Thank you very much, buddy. When's Major doing a Div 6 cast for me? Day, mate, just drop me a DM. If I've got a slot, it doesn't matter what the level is, your boy takes it. Yeah. We do it all. We do it all. Top to bottom, mate. No favouritism around these parts. I need to use the prediction outcome actually, because it was Katana that took that one. Oh, I'm trying to chase up the guys for the invites. Oh, it's Blueser. Oh, okay. Got you, mate. Not Blazer. Blazer's the thing you wear. Alright, Blueser. I got you, mate. I got you. I'll do my best. Apologies if I do mess it up a few times. My small brain does struggle with it. There you go, Mr. Dane. You can have one of them free of charge. I'll let you know, bro. Alright, sound. No worries, mate. No worries. Right. What I'll do is I'll start a prediction for this one. Okay. I'll stick a 5 minutes time on it, why not? Still got a little bit. Yeah, listen to the guys are going to ping us an invite through very, very shortly, guys. Oh, Mr. Dame with the prime sub. Have a few of those, mate. Thank you very much, buddy. What a man. Have my prime. Cheers, Dane. Thank you very much, mate. Where's Pablo gone? He's done a runner, Mel. He's just left me in the dirt. He's just gone, you know what, CBA. Nah, he's got some other bits to do with his missus. So he's not doing this one. It's just little old me on this one now. Unfortunately, no beautiful Pablo beard for this one. Just little old specky me. Clutch added you up. Did he? Let me see if I got it. I got it. Thank you very much, mate. See if I can join up on him early on, or if I'm going to have to wait a little bit. Might have to wait a little bit. I'll wait for the old invitation. Yeah, and Katana giving the love. Yeah, good performance from those lads. Solid 3-0 from those boys. I know them. I know Mr. Daesh especially, and Jay very well. Jay did a good job. It's all right. You can be more interactive now. Exactly, Mel. Exactly. This is the grassroots stream. This is just talking to chat because I've got no fucker else to talk to. So, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to waffle with you legends. Feels weird not having Pablo. I'm so used to it now. He buys me time. He buys me so much time to sort out all the graphics and stuff. And now I'm just going to be staring at the screen, like monging out, trying to get everything done. How are we, Prez? So, see if I can join up. Is it going to let me join up on? I might need an invite. Mr. Icy, how are we, sire? How did your games go yesterday, Icy? Did you come up with a dub? Can we get a little C? Or a little like C? You can have one of those Brams. Yeah. Looks for a Spanish org. The golf caster. I wish. I'm absolutely dog shit at golf, to be fair. I enjoy it. I'll go to a driving range, but it's just not the sport for me. It's the most frustrating sport I've ever had the displeasure of playing golf. Mr. Cobra, how are we, sire? There you go. The old friend of the quiz. Let me make sure that right. Oh, death error. Love to see it. Oh, yeah. Apologies to the other Spanish lads if I do pronounce their names wrong. I have an incredible talent of whiffing it. Oh, Bramwell's another one. There you go, buddy. Don't think I even played yesterday. Huh? Oh, I thought you played yesterday, I see. Maybe I'm tripping. Oh, no, hang on. I'm getting you confused with another IC. Ignore me. Ignore me. Right. Let me join up on the guys again. Oh, I can't. I'll let you join. There we go. Oh. HBY. Oh man, we keep getting dev errors. I love this game. Right. Diamonde, yeah, so it looks as though, guys, we're pretty much ready to go for map number 1, Berlin Hardpoint. Oh, I didn't show you guys the maps. These are the maps for our series. I'm the better IC. You'll have to 1v1 him, IC. Take the title. Yeah, these are our maps, guys. Double Berlin Gavutu, everyone's favourite, and then a double Tuscan to end it out for this one. So let me just make sure that the guys are ready. I think we're pretty much good to go. Yeah, a big thank you to all of you guys who have been tuning into the streams recently. The numbers, I say, have been absolutely nutty since, like, I think it was mid-December. And just to give you an update on the old partnership, we're still waiting on the reply. Every email I get, I'm like, but it's not a partnership reply. It's usually a fucking Uber Eats one, so it's yeah, not the greatest. But we're still waiting. I'd rather them say no now rather than make us wait, and then they're like, nah. It's like, oh well. It won't change anything on the stream regardless if we get it or not. Obviously, I'll still be casting the games pretty much every single evening, give or take 1 or 2 here or there. So it's not going to change anything, to be honest. But it'll be pretty cool if we get it. But you never know. You never know. Had to fill out a big old chunky paragraph as well, explaining about my stream and stuff, which felt weird doing. Yeah, big shout out to all of you guys who tune in every single time, drop follows, drop subs, or even just interactive in the chat as well. You guys make it what it is. So big thanks to all you guys, and obviously the players as well who ask us to cast the games. Right. So we've got everyone in the game. We're just waiting on the big red button to get us underway for map number 1, guys. Berlin Hardpoint. We'll be starting up very, very shortly. The Cobra has just said 1 second. So when he's ready, we should be good to go. Actually. So I think this is the same Cobra that was playing on Vitalize. I think there's quite a few Cobras, but I think this is the Cobra that was on the old Vitalize roster on Vitalize Black. Obviously they've had a few changes now. Is the F Dot and Smudge are still on that roster, but it looks as though Cobra is now filling in for these boys. Yes, mate. Yep, we are just waiting on the guys to click the start button. I'm ready whenever they are, so we're just waiting on them to get it underway, and then I can switch the screens, and we'll be good to go for Berlin Map 1. And it looks as though that's exactly what they're doing. Happy days. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we don't have the same issue that we had before. Oh, Mr. Prezi with another gifted sub. Thank you very much, Prezi. What a man. The man that makes it all possible. Big shout out to Mr. Prez. Drop ACCL or follow if you haven't already. What are you doing? Get involved. I want to see all you guys on the sticks. So, fingers crossed, everyone is in. Okay, it looks as though we're good to go. Love to see it. So as soon as we are underway. Just waiting. The old... I don't know why they've made it a 30-second countdown thing now. Beyond me, but... Hey ho, we're in, guys, without any issues. First time of asking KYP Diamond up against Flox Gaming here. And as mentioned, I've not cast over the Flox Gaming lads before, so it'll be an interesting matchup to see how they get on against the boys of KYP Diamond. A very strong outfit. All the boys in that diamond blue colour. So already straight on to P1 and Nanos. And it's Blueser number 8, I believe. I've got it right now with his correction. And we'll see how these Spanish lads get on, because we know how very good a lot of the Spanish players are in challenges. And already a really clean start there. Nanos, 2 kills already to his name. Knows that Cobra's out here. Oh, does spot him just for the time being. But Flox Gaming, to be fair, that is a really clean start there from those boys. 20 seconds on the clock already. Looks as though the boys of KYP Diamond are going to have to look to try and force their way in towards the hill. And unfortunately there, Panda just doesn't check his corner. And Blueser is going to get taken down, so a much needed couple of kills coming through from Borat. And is it too memey to say is nice when he gets a few kills? I suppose it is really, isn't it? But Him the Tap Man followed Major. I don't think he did, Alpi. I don't think he has. So now Really good start from Flox Gaming. That scrap time goes in favour of KYP Diamond, but the lead now being pushed out from the boys in purple. So Flox are going to look to try and hold another solid amount of hill. And Aussie, I was going to say he's doing really well here, but Panda breaks straight through, grabs a couple of kills, and Cobra looking to try and reinforce him inside as Panda manages to get 3. So really good work there from Panda and his boys now looking to try and reduce the deficit now that came from that P1. And Borat finding for 2. Cobra manages to grab a kill as well. And you can see now the boys of KYP Diamond are just really pushing this one out. Nanos with a really big kill to take down 1, but he's not going to be able to push his way through. So now they've got to be careful here because Cobra's going to start thinking about pushing through in towards that P3. And I'll tell you what, if Flox loses rotation, it might get a little bit messy for them here. So Cobra just waiting for some reinforcements, but a couple of kills. Borat with really big kills coming through once again from him. But Versus is still lurking in the back, so he should be able to take Cobra down, and he does manage to do it. But another kill from Borat, 3 in a row from Panda, and the boys in blue break through almost straight off the rip here. So a really good opportunity now for KYP to hold some solid time. Panda in 4 in a row, Panda with 5 in a row, looking for the 6th as well. Give him all of them. He is chopping them down at the moment. And they have the time to show for it now to KYP Diamond, so they've got to be careful here, Flox. Not to let this one start to get a little bit out of hand, because Panda is just mopping everyone up at the moment. He is finally going to show that he's human and get dropped in the end. But really good work there from Panda. A strong start from him. And Flox still fighting for this time. Cobra lurking in fire. He's just going to get a couple of pieces as well. And wow, that kill feed at the moment is very, very blue. Flox Gaming need a regain here over towards this P4. And HBY is going to be here. Can he get the all-important picks? Panda's managed to get 1, and he's going to force his way up into top tower. Aussie, can he get the kills? No. Panda with another couple more as he goes 4 in a row. Once again, 14 and 4 is Panda at the moment. And he is absolutely ripping through the team. I'm sure Miss Melanie is well and truly happy that Panda is slaying. If you know, you know. And really good work from Panda. And the time again is going in favour of KYP Diamond. So Flox are going to look once again to try and pull something out the bag here, because Blues is really struggling at the moment. Only 2 kills and 12 deaths to his name. Just hunting for some more players. But Nanos and Aussie, that's a big couple of kills there. Cobra's looking to try and play out a remaining few players, and they do manage to do it once more as Blueser gets on towards the hill. Can he manage to grab a kill? No, the shots come through. The team kill is there for all to see. And KYP Diamond now almost 100 points clear in this early stage. And this lead is getting really out of hand now. Flox Gaming needs to make something happen, and it needs to happen very, very quickly. Blueser still lurking outside Old. He's going to spot Borat, so he is going to get his 3rd kill. And hopefully now he can get a bit of momentum there. HBY, though, spots him through the tiniest of gaps and takes him down. They've still got Versus just holding the outer lane on the right side of Panda. And surely he's going to head upstairs and try and make the trade here, because Panda has got back on the hill once more. And already that skill deficit is really looking out of hand now, as every single kill just seems to be predominantly favouring KYP Diamond. But now Nanos, Aussie's on the hill. And they manage to soak a huge amount of time here. Panda again going hunting for more. There's 1 kill for him. Versus actually manages to grab a really important kill up at the top of 3rd as well. So they will at least sustain for the time being. They still don't have currently anyone on the hill here, Flox. They need to try and get someone on the hill. They got, what was it, 3, potentially 4 dead in that sequence, but nobody really got on the hill. So now it looks as though the wave of KYP players is going to come through once again. Blueser, he's going to fall, and it will be KYP Diamond soaking up even more scrap time. Aussie's going to get taken down, and the shots from HBY are clean and crisp. Doesn't miss a bullet. 5 in a row, and his team now approaching that 200-point mark. And the purple arrows of Flox Gaming are now going to frantically try and work their way through. But at the moment, it is just all in blue. Time after time. HBY still locking down this lane. Nanos jumps in through the window. But HBY 7 in a row. Aussie finally stops him. He finally takes him off of his streak. Now, can this hill be the catalyst that they need? They do a really good job there of spotting Cobra on the flank. So no imminent danger from that position. Blueser is going to take down 1, but he will get traded out. Number 5 Versus is still lurking. And nice shots there to take down Panda, so they will get some more much-needed time here. HBY and Cobra, though, they're looking to try and make the play here. If Cobra gets this kill, this could be big. Cobra gets 1. He's looking to try and hop his way in. Versus is still alive inside the hill here. Surely going to look to try and trade him out. He's going to go for it here, and Aussie holds strong. Aussie going to get the kill, but the trades again from KYP Diamond are just really efficient. And you can already see now they're watching the cross, watching the rotation over towards the next hill. Blues is going to get spotted by Borat. And some very nice shots across the map. Sorry, I couldn't resist that one. I know that was corny. And the glide bomb's now actually going to come through here from Panda. Gonna look to try and land a couple of them in fire. Nothing will connect, though. You can see Cobra just opting to get some map positioning here. Oh, they do spot him, though. He's going to drop right on the head of Nanos, but he doesn't miss a bullet. And a big kill comes through, but with 40 points needed now, Flox Gaming, they need a damn near perfect hard point from this point onwards. Borat looking for another kill. Spots Bluezer. The stun comes through. Bluezer, he's going to stay alive on that outer lane. He will get traded out, though. And now this is looking really dangerous here for Flox. They need to try and get over towards the hill because Cobra's soaking up the time. But a big opening kill from Nanos. He's not going to be able to drop down, though. The shots through the terrain are going to be enough, and Versus is going to manage to just about get that important kill to get back on the time. And Panda, although he had a strong start, is starting to slow down just a little bit now, and Cobra going to look to invest the glide bomb. Isn't going to connect with anyone, but now you can see, actually, Flox Gaming have done a really good job on the rotation. They've got Aussie just locked out the back here. They're waiting for the push. Aussie with one, Versus with the second. Panda's nearby. Nice shots again from Aussie. Another couple of kills come through from him. And Flox Gaming still holding strong. Thank you very much for the follow, buddy. Much appreciated. Not quite sure how to pronounce that one. Wee Nedge. Thanks, buddy. So, Aussie still looking to try and maintain some control on this back heady, and his teammates are actually getting slain out a little bit here. Looks as though the pinch is going to come through from fire, though. Is Nanos going to check this left-hand corner? Checks right first, doesn't check left. Panda gets one. Can they grab the last few remaining players out the back? Versus is going to drop as well. So now Bluezer, he needs to go huge here. He needs to stay alive, and nice shots there to take down HBY. So they're holding on, but how much longer can they do it for? And Cabo with the follow as well. Thank you very much, guys, for all the new follows. Bluezer. Oh, bit of a messy one there, but the kill feed lights up purple once more, but look at those blue arrows. They're ready to go, and more importantly, Cobra is looking to try and push out a few lanes here. Takes down one. Cobra takes down a second again, and the kill at the moment that Flox need to get is that all-important one on HBY out the back. And Zeox with the follow as well. Thank you very much, mate. Oh, HBY doesn't want to watch that one back. And Panda's now really got a job on his hands here because all his teammates have just been absolutely flawed. Versus and Bluezer get a couple of kills. Some nice shots from Panda. Isn't going to quite get the kill, though. But they're now on the hill once more. Flox, they need to get them out of here. And they need to get them out quickly. Bluezer, he needs to make the play. He's got 5 in a row, and he's finally come back to life. Spots Panda in the back, but Panda doesn't make any mistake about that one. The trades come through once more. And it looks as though it's still not going to be done and dusted just yet, this map. But KYP Diamond, they're just edging their way ever closer, and the contest needs to come through. Bluezer, he can't do anything about that one, but his teammate in Versus will be able to. Panda takes down one. He's still on the hill. 8 seconds left. Aussie needs to go huge. He at least needs to contest. Takes down one. There's still some players in the back. That was a really big ask there to get that done with the pistol. They aren't going to win off this hill, and Bluezer is going to spot HB White with the glide bomb and take him down, but now all it's going to take now is one wave of kills. They're on the hill already. Somebody needs to contest. You can see Borat's on the hill. They take him down. More glide bombs being invested. Somebody needs to get on that hill quickly from Flox Gaming. Aussie, big kill to take him down, but he actually gets team killed. He gets shot in the back. And Flox Gaming, Jesus, the skin of their teeth springs to mind at the moment because they are just about staying in this one. But can they do it for long enough? No, it looks as though somebody's going to get on the hill. They don't actually get anyone on the hill, and KYP Diamond, with that lead that they managed to secure, are going to double their score, 250 to 125, and go 1-0 up now in the best of 5. So, KYP Diamond, 1-0 now. And we'll quickly make sure we sort that one out. 250. 125. Boom. There you go, guys. So just confirmation of that one. KYP Diamond looking very, very strong here. And to be fair to the boys of Flox, they just really gave themselves too much to do in that one. They really took a while to get going. They did start to show glimpses of hope in that hard point, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough. And the boys in blue come through with the dub in map number 1. So we'll just wait for the invites to come through for map number 2, guys, which, as you saw, is going to be Berlin once again for the search. We'll see whether or not Flox Gaming can tie it up here with the aid of a search and destroy. I don't know too much about Flox Gaming. So we'll see if they're pretty clean on the old S&D as well. Oh, I did the old channel points as well. And click on the guys. Choose prediction outcome. But it was all on KYP anyways. There you go, boom. Sorted. And Dane with the old. Yeah. Now 1, 2, 3. So I assume we're going to see a change of host pretty much every single time. The boys are from the Espanol or España. I've got a little Spanish song as well. Destiny. Good job, Panda. Yeah, he's living up to the Panda hype now. Come around. It won't be inside. Cool, right. So just waiting on the guys to get us started in towards map number 2. And we're pretty much good to go. Yes, sir. Need another drink. Yeah, so everyone's now in and on their correct sides. Cool, yep. And we are now getting map 2 underway, guys. So if you guys did miss map number 1, the boys of KYP Diamond managed to take it on the Berlin hardpoint, 250 to 125, and they did look very, very solid in that respawn. And now the boys of Flox are going to be looking towards the search and destroy, tie up the series. Be no issues with players connecting in. I don't think we do. I think we're all good to go. Gotta wait on that big old 30-second timer. Oh, map number 2 here. KYP Diamond. They are going to be on the attacking side to get us going. And the boys of Flox Gaming, mentioned, looking to tie up the series with the help of the search and destroy already. HBY, though, really good first blood from him. Just opening up the round. Aussie, though, might be able to take the man off the bomb. Yep, Panda, bullet straight to the face. Is going to fall. So it is now 3 versus 3. HBY all up against Nanos. Making a hell of a lot of noise at the moment. And Aussie's going to manage to pick him off. And HBY, got to be careful here. Blues are, sorry, going to fly around the corner and manages to take him down. So now it's all on Cobra. But he does have eyes on the bomb and nice shots to take one down. He just needs to try and play this smart here. They're sticking the bomb. He's got to be quick. He's got to check the bomb. Run, Cobra, run. Is he going to manage to spot the guy on the bomb? No, he's not. He's going to try and fly over the top. But meanwhile, Nanos has got the defuse. So a good round there and a smart round from Flox Gaming. Just taking the defuse into their own hands. Going hunting for the player, and they managed to get that done. So 1-0 up now to the boys in purple. Smart play there from Flox. Just opting to get straight on that objective. Cobra, unfortunately, there just gave himself a little bit too much to do in terms of getting back to the bomb. He did really good to get the first blood, but it's always a difficult position when the other players are kind of hunting for you. And now the boys of KYP Diamond on the defensive side on this occasion. You can see Panda inside the site. Where is this first blood going to lie? Looks as though Panda's going to be a busy guy any second now. Oh, Borat does spot him. Versus just trying to keep his head down for the time being. Is he going to check this left corner, though? Oh, my goodness. They are right next to each other. Cobra's getting really aggressive, actually, in bottom. He's got to be careful, though. Where is the first blood? Oh, Cobra. Typical switched off him. And he manages to get a kill. There's going to be another man ready and waiting. So now, oh, Panda spotted the man in versus on the outer lane. So now 2 versus 3 here for the boys from Spain. They do have Bluezer with the bomb. So at least that's something that they've got in the locker. And they will take it over towards A. So if they stick this quickly, they're going to have a free plant here. And I was just looking to clear out the site before they get the bomb down. And now we're surely going to see that quick transition of KYP Diamond Arrows over towards the site. Just a question of where is this first pick going to lie. They really need this first engagement win here. No tacticals already coming through. Oh man. Who's that? I think he's been spotted. HBY knows he's in this corner. Oh, but he absolutely fries him. But his teammate does fall. Nanos is going to drop. So now Blue's up. 1 versus 2. Panda takes him down. And good work there. Good efficient work from KYP Diamond. They just waited for the right time to strike. They managed to do it. Borat going to stick the defuse and tie up the series. The search. Should I say? Series. Catching that premium waffle. So good round there from KYP Diamond. They just condensed on those 2 players as a group. They didn't go one at a time. They waited for the right time to do it. And they managed to do just about enough in that round. Let's see what the boys of KYP decide to do for this attacking round. Because the last one wasn't the most successful from their standards anyways. You can see, oh, Panda. There's some information that the Flox lads want. Spotting him crossing over towards the site. Tacticals coming through. Panda, when is he going to try and potentially get this bomb down? Got Aussie that's actually managed to sneak his way up this right-hand side. If he's quick enough here, he's going to have Panda for a free pick. So there's one. And he manages to get away as well with his life. At least for the time being. Yeah, there's no trades. And there might be a really big gunfight going down any single second now. Blues are on the flank. Shots into Cobra. And he does manage to final the kill. So now HBY up top looking to try and steady the ship just a little bit here. Does manage to take down one. He spots Blues right at the back. Oh, nice shots from HBY to beam him as well. Aussie's underneath him. Aussie will manage to drop him. So now 1 versus 2. Bomb is down over towards that B site. So Borat's got a lot of work to do here. See there, the timing might not necessarily benefit him here. Can he work this at the right time? 20 seconds remaining. Obviously still got to get the bomb plant down as well. And I think Aussie's going to check this at the perfect time. I think Aussie's got the info that he needs. Versus is just sprinting over. They know he's got to plant the bomb. They take him off the plant. Borat's actually going to decide just to dip out. Aussie's going to get him trapped. And they grab the kill. So Flox Gaming. Another good round there on the defensive side. Looking pretty clean. In the early stages of the search. So we'll see if they can manage to continue this. If you guys did miss the first map, the boys of KYP Diamond took it on Berlin Hardpoint pretty comfortably, you would say, 250 to 125. We'll see what boys of Flox can do on this attacking round. Every single side has won their defensive rounds respectively, so we'll see if Flox Gaming can break that trend. And there's a Kobe from Panda, straight over the top. And he is going to land it right on Bluezer, and it's actually going to get taken down by the explosive barrel there. So what a nade from Panda to open out the round. And first blood goes in KYP's favour. And Borat able to pick versus off as well. So now Aussie and Nanos going to be in a difficult situation. Aussie's getting tagged up. He's going to fall as well. So now it's all on Nanos. HBY spotted him. Doesn't make any mistake about that. And that's a really good round there from KYP Diamond. Didn't drop a life. Repositioned themselves really well to grab the picks, and they did just that with HBY grabbing that final one. Oh, I can't read. So again, we still haven't had a team that has managed to take an attacking round here on this Berlin search. So the responsibility is going to fall on Panda once again to carry this bomb. And it looks as though they're going to switch it up here this time and go over towards the A site. So Blues is going to be a busy man here. So Panda's just going to wait for his teammates to come up closer to him before he decides to make the move. Nan's not going to tag anything. Oh, but Nanos, the nade, looks to try and land it. He's not going to be able to. Still just peeking this corner. He's got to be careful not to overchal it. Got to play this passively. Wait for them to make the first move. Oh, but Nanos gets caught out. Gets caught with his trousers down. Cobra manages to grab the first pick. And now what are the boys in blue going to decide to do with this bomb? It looks for a second they might be working a potential wrap. Oh, and shaky shots there from Borat. He's not going to be able to grab the kill, but surely HBY knows he's here. Yet pistol is going to be clean enough. The comms are good. And they trade him out. And Panda, that's the green light they need. They're going to wrap the bomb over towards B and try and get this down now. And HBY is just going to be watching over mid here. So if Blueser is going to try and transition over through the middle of the map, he is going to get cut down. As though they might just miss HBY here. They're going to go round the blind side of him. Or if he hits this quickly, if he hits this reflank quickly, he's going to manage to cut them both down potentially versus... Is he going to spot him on the left? He will spot him. Never mind. Cobra is going to get the kill anyway. So now it's all on Blueser. And Ice Tray with the follow. Thank you very much, buddy. Much appreciated. So Blueser busts in through the door, gets shot in the back. And there you go, KYP. Good adaptation there in that attacking round. They are going to take the first attacking round off the map, and they go 3-2 up now. So now what can KYP do on the defensive side? HBY playing for streaks potentially here. If he gets another two, that glide bomb is going to be ready to use. As though he might have any... Oh, Nanos has spotted him. Oh, he does just about enough to get away from that. And his teammate Borat, with some really clean shots across the map, is actually going to grab the first blood. Aussie going to run straight in towards Cobra here. And the aggression of KYP Diamond on the defensive side is just absolutely brutal. He's going to fly through there. And that time, they're going to actually punish him for it. So Versus is going to reduce that life deficit down to 1. Loser does still have the bomb in hand, so... Not been dropped in a really awkward position for them, at least. Now, where are they going to try and plant this bomb here? Because you see Borat and Panda, they are both over this B site, and they're starting to push through here. And Blueser, oh man, he's going to be none the wiser. He's going to be none the wiser. He's just going to get surely shot in the back any second now. The shots from Borat doesn't make any mistake about that one. So now it's all on Versus. It's going to take Panda down for the first. You can see the pinch looks inevitable here. Shots being exchanged. HBY is going to strike. Can he make it 4 in a row? Yes, he can. And KYP Diamond with another round now. That's 3 in a row from the boys in blue. 2 rounds up now, 4-2. And they are looking really good now on the search. I think they've just kind of adapted to the way the boys of Flox Gaming are playing. And it's really starting to show here now with 3 really clean rounds. Nanos still struggling at the moment. And I'm sure he's hoping that he doesn't die in these next 2 rounds and KYP don't take them both, because otherwise he will be in the older James Bond club. So now, an important round here for KYP to potentially try and see this series out here. Still need 2 more, but it's a good start from Cobra, who again is just getting really aggressive. Pushing straight through the map. Is he going to check this left corner? Nanos is here, and it doesn't matter. Cobra able to win that gunfight as well. You can see number 5 Blueser is looking to try and reflank. Oh, number 5 Versus, apologies. Is he going to check the corner? I think he might have heard him here. Oh no, good kill. Good kill. So now 2 versus 2. They will at least get a bit more control from their spawn side. Okay, YP Diamond again. Just opting to rotate the bomb over towards B. Now, is Versus going to get any information? No, it doesn't look as though he will. No, Panda should get, again, another free bomb plant here. Oh, and Borat. Eagle eyes across the map. Able to spot Versus. Is going to tag him up. Isn't going to quite grab the kill, and you can see the position that Borat's just taking. The one that we tend to see a lot of players use all the way out the back of warehouse. Blues, they've got to hit the back quickly here. They've really got to go. Borat's here, ready and waiting. He's just waiting for the call that somebody's near the bomb, but with 20 seconds left, they can't even seem to locate him. Borat is just playing this so patiently, and this is a really good call here from KYP Diamond, because with 12 seconds left, I don't think they're going to get the defuse here in any time. Versus window open, shots come through. Borat can't get the kill, but Panda has done enough here inside the bomb site. The duo have done just about enough to delay the timer, so Flox Gaming, they're not going to get the defuse, and Panda with a double kill there with the help of the bomb. As KYP Diamond now go 5-2 up in the search. They are looking very clean now. 4 rounds in a row, completely unanswered. And it's not necessarily do or die here for Flox Gaming. Obviously, if KYP Diamond take this map, there is still potential for the reverse sweep. But to be fair, KYP Diamond are looking very good at the moment. And still Nanos' struggles continue. He's going to spot Cobra, drop over towards that site. Going to break the barrier just for the time being, so it looks as though A is the destination here. It's just a question of when these lads are going to try and punch through here. It's going to get messy really quickly any second now. Ozzy has managed to work in towards the site, and he's going to take Cobra down there. So really nice work from Ozzy. He manages to get some really good timing and a bit of good fortune to go with it. Is he going to check this right-hand corner? Oh, he's just round the corner. Bomb goes down. Borat strikes with a kill. And now HPY inside the site. Or Ozzy just going to overshoot the jump there. Blues is going to take him down. So now 2 versus 3. Borat and Panda. Can they coordinate this? Smoke comes out. Ozzy overshows and Borat punishes him for it. Now makes it a 2 versus 2. Oh, Blues has been spotted. He knows he's in there, Panda. He's just got to try and make the play, because now Versus is going to drop his teammate. But now Panda, 1 versus 1, up against Blueser. Is he going to check the left-hand corner? He flies around it. Is he going to win the gunfight? No, Blueser holds strong just about. And Flox Gaming breathe a sigh of relief. 5-3, now the score. But they still need 3 more rounds in a row without an answer here from KYP. They're back on the attack, and the last 2 attacking rounds, KYP, they've done it really cleanly. They've headed over to A. They've kind of baited out a couple of kills, wrapped it round to B for the free plant, but it looks as though it's going to be all hands on deck here, potentially. Oh, Nanos is challing mid here. They've got to be careful, but Nanos, there you go. It's a first kill, but it's a big one. Manages to open up the round. Cobra again being aggressive, trying to push out lanes. Bit of information there for Ozzy as well with the stun, so they know that there's a couple potentially out the back here. Is Nanos going to get his nade right? Oh, it's off the frame of the window. Oh, and he's going to rip Panda's head clean off there. Really nice angle. Cobra replies with 1, though. He's got to be careful. There's 2 players ready and waiting for him. He is going to retrieve the bomb. And his teammate in HBY is going to manage to grab a pick. Ozzy's going to be there for the trade. Now it's all on Cobra. And look at the pinch coming through from Blueser. He's working his way round. Who's going to win the gunfight? He's going to run straight into Blueser, and Flox Gaming, they stay alive again. 5-4. Down but not out are the Spanish. They are still going strong. And Blueser with another important kill. 9 and 6 at the moment is Blueser. And flagging up a couple of kills there from Nanos again. He's now decided to turn up to the party. And those are big kills there for Flox Gaming right when they needed them. Again, you can see Nanos just challing across the map. Cobra. Oh my goodness. Been spotted. Spotted. I don't know if he has. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Cobra. Surely that's a kill. Yes, it is. Cobra. First blood. Looking for the second orb, but Blueser shuts him down. Almost manages to put the final nail in the coffin, potentially, of Flox Gaming in map 2. But the trades are good. And it's 4 in a row now for Blueser. So this next kill is a really big one here in this search and destroy. Can Blues make the play? That's the question. Panda pushing through. He's going to run straight. Nanos. Oh my goodness. The COD timing means that they're not actually going to cross each other. Nades coming through. Goodness. How has not heard him? I think he has. I think he has. Nanos is going for the kill. Surely this is a free one. Yes, it is. So, big kill for Nanos once again. HBY, though, is going to trade him out. But the bomb goes down. Oh, and the shots there from HBY. So close. They're so weak. Surprised Borat hasn't pushed this to try and at least pick down one. Oh, and the shot's a little bit windy there. Nice shots, though, into versus. Takes down one, so now it's all on Blueser. He's on 4 in a row, and this is a huge round for him. 5 now in a row, and he's got the glide bomb to work with. This isn't really an ideal situation to use it, though. But he just needs to try and bait HBY out. The chow's going to come through. Can Blueser go huge? Blueser with the shots. No, HBY wins the gunfight. He's going to get the defuse to go with it as well. And KYP Diamond, with the help of HBY, in that 1v1, they are going to manage to take the search and go 2-0 up in the series. Really good work from KYP Diamond. 6-4 in the search. And now 2-0 up in the best of 5. Unfortunately there, Flox not able to just do about enough in that one. Kind of again gave themselves a little bit too much to do in that position. Yeah. Change of host once more, understandably, with the two teams being from the UK and Spain. I don't blame them for wanting to switch host. So there's just the confirmation, guys, of it. 2-0 now to KYP Diamond. Looking very good now. And they are 1 map away from taking this in a 3-0. It is going to be everyone's favourite. A nice little Gavutu. And if KYP are slaying like they did in map number 1, it's going to be a very difficult ask of the boys of Flox. Dane with the W. Yeah, good result there for the boys of KYP. Yeah, just waiting on map number 3 to get underway, guys. So, they're going to take that. Oh, that makes my life easier. Perfect.
With YouTube Premium, you can download your videos and watch them without Wi-Fi.
There were times when I couldn't see. There were times when I thought this was all I had.
Is it not Gavutu control? I'm not sure, Dane. I don't think the ACCL... Oh, it is control. It is control. A couple of teams are doing it, and a couple of teams aren't. I know the previous series we didn't have a control in map 3, but this one we are actually going to have a control. There you go. First control. First control of the year. Love it. Yeah, it's going to be weird now, Dane. I'm going to have to obviously update that one, because I knew series 1, I wasn't told whether they were doing control or not in this one. But it is, by the looks of it, going to be a control. I was not informed, unfortunately. I'll update the graphic, and that'll be ready from tomorrow's stream. Happy days. Control's back. Control is back. And we are now loading into a nice Gavutu control for map number 3 now, guys. Control from today. Ah, okay, sweet. Yeah, just because the other one before was still hard point. Hopefully now everyone has got the memo. Smacking my mic about. Still not used to having the old arm stand. So, can KYP get it done in 3 bars? Can we get some C's for the old control? It's back. It is back, and it's going to be on everyone's favourite map, in Gavutu. We'll see now whether or not the boys of KYP can manage to get this one done here. Already see. Cobra and Panda showing what teammates are about. Nothing but true love with them two in the old boat. We'll leave them to do it. We are a PG-friendly channel, you know. And it looks as though Flox Gaming, they're just going to chalk B. They're not really going to have much to do with it, as they will secure that B point now. And they've got to be careful here, because if they're not quick on the transition here, Flox Gaming, which it looks as though they might not be, they've got to be careful, because Panda's already going to look to try and get on that one. And the spawn trap looks as though it might potentially be imminent here. Panda's going to be a busy lad. Aussie flies straight through. Big kill there. So it looks as though HBY and Borat just going to watch the cross. HBY now 4 in a row. And Aussie's going to get some shots into him by HBY. And that's 5 in a row now for HBY. So now the streaks are potentially going to come through already. Panda again. Kind of the lone man here at the moment. It looks as though they might be trying to play for some kind of spawn trap control here from the boys of AYP, because they're really hesitant to push in towards the hill. It looks as though they're just playing for kills and nothing else at the moment. Aussie is going to get spotted. And that's some bad timing for Borat, but now Panda on the control point once again. And nice shots from HBY. 7 in a row now. The man doesn't look like he's going to be stopping anytime soon. Never mind. I've just completely cursed it. 7 in a row is now completely gone for him versus... Can he work his way in towards that point? Because now the numbers are really favouring KYP in terms of the control. Loser, there's a free pick. 2 now are going to fall. Aussie's going to reply with 1 important kill, though. And again, the aggression is really bizarre from KYP. Just pushing through where they might not necessarily need to. But the first tick is going to come through. Aussie challenge through. Panda holds strong. Borat with an aid. And Panda can't quite grab the second. Will get traded out. But you can see that life count now. 6 in the favour. They just got to be careful not to allow the boys of KYP Diamond some free picks here. There's no Cobra. The man, not shy of any aggression, is going all the way around the back here. Aussie's going to take Panda down meanwhile. But how many can he get on the flank versus senses something, but the shots come through. He takes one down. Cobra, they've still got Blues up top. They need to shift him. And a nice couple of kills coming through there from Cobra, who now gets on the point. And this is a good opportunity for them to stack this and get this done. There's now going to be 2 players on. The ticks are coming through really quickly. Borat just watching over this middle lane. Is going to take down Aussie for 1. He's still got Versus nearby, though. And it looks as though Versus is going to have to make the play. No, Borat doesn't miss a shot. Will get traded out, but the ticks come through. And the first round is going to go in favour of KYP Diamond. The progress is going to be good enough. They take the first round on the Gavoo 2 control. And nice work there from the boys in blue once again. And now it's going to be their turn to defend here. And it's going to be kind of a bit of a feeler this first map. Whereas to see potentially what is the preferred side. You would assume on control it would be the defensive side. But with Vanguard, you never really know. Have a stab. HBY already opening it up. You can see Borat's going to be just watching this really wide right-hand angle. Shots into Nanos. Takes him down with the headshot in the end. Loser looking to try and land a nade right on his noggin. Isn't going to quite manage to connect it. You can see where Panda is already in the back. It looks as though he might try and get a couple of spawn kills here. Right off the rip. You can see the players spawning right up next to him. They've really got to try and shift him out of here. And Panda's just causing havoc at the moment. Manages to grab another onto Nanos. Meanwhile, his teammate in Cobra. There's 4 in a row. Looking for 5. And really clean shots from Cobra. They do manage to take Panda down at least. But Cobra is just ripping through them at the moment off of spawn. And this is the difficulty with control. Nice shots, though, from Versus. Able to at least open out of that lane to allow his team to progress up just a little bit if they want to. Still got Borat over that side. And Cobra, glide bomb is going to be invested. He's going to look to try and get it straight in towards the boat. He's not going to get anyone with it. And Panda kind of going ring around the roses at the moment with Blueser, who's just underneath him. Panda comes out on top of that one. 3 in a row now for him, so only a couple away from streaks. And nice shots from Versus to trade him out. Cobra is still lurking just above the point. And oh, he might get a lot of info here. There's one. The trade, though, from Blueser is going to be clean. And the life count, though, again, is still 8 in the favour of KYP Diamond. That streak that Cobra managed to put together has really been a bit of a thorn in the side of Flox Gaming in this round. Second tick looking to come through imminently. And they've only got 16 seconds, really, left to make something work here. And they are going to trade the mana on the hill. So it's going to be dangerous now for the boys in purple to try and make the play. Cobra with another important kill. We'll stop that momentum of players shifting over towards the point. Now loving the Panda performance, understandably. And there you go. There's another couple from Panda. Really clean work. Looking for a third. And all Nanos shuts him down in that situation. The trades, though, are going to be there. And it's another round for KYP Diamond. The time limit is going to get the better of Flox Gaming, who were just hesitating, pushing onto the point. But to be fair, KYP Diamond, in the early stages of that round, did a really good job of just stopping the players from getting out of spawn. We saw the control that Cobra had in that top of P1. And we saw the havoc that Panda was causing in the spawn. So it's no surprise that they ran out of time there. They really need to try and find some kills here, Flox Gaming. Because now it is do or die for them. They can't drop any more rounds or any more maps. Otherwise, KYP are going to take this in the 3-0. Oh, Nanos. I'm not sure whether that was him who blew that up or whether it was a potential stun grenade from the boys of KYP Diamond. But now this A progression, if they double stack this, Flox Gaming are really, really hesitant into getting over towards the points at the moment, and they're just getting cut down one at a time. Cobra still up top. Oh, he's won another one as well. He shouldn't have won the second. Loser is going to trade him out, but look at the control now that the automatons have over the map. Loser, can he get the shots into Panda? He at least takes him down, so that first tick is going to be on the cards here for KYP. But now the transition over towards the B site is now imminent. HBY is now on the point. Aussie looks as though he's going to try and make the play. Still holds strong here, HBY. And the streak coming through from Versus. Going to land it right on Cobra. Not really much you can do about that one, buddy, to be fair. Going to land right on his noggin. And again, the life count is still favouring KYP. They're just doing such a good job of playing for picks time after time. And the teamwork is really starting to come through now. Nanos, though. Nice angle. Takes down one. Those Pandas up there. And a nice couple of kills there from Nanos. They will just about save themselves over towards the B side, but meanwhile, kill feed is just still blue over towards his A site, and Cobra has been an absolute menace on the control. 20-9 at the moment. And he is not slowing down anytime soon, it seems. More streaks coming through. 7 lives to the good now. Cobra, it looks as though he's just going to get aggressive. He just wants as many kills as he can possibly get. In towards the building he goes. He knows Aussie's going to be in there with the streaks coming through. And they are just pinning them back one at a time now. Cobra flying through. Are they even going to anticipate he's going to be here? Probably not. Oh, man, that's some bad timing, unfortunately, there for him. Is going to drop. Nice shots there, Borat. Takes down one. Aussie still lurking nearby, and he needs to be the man to potentially stop these lads from getting the control point done here. And Tess needs to come through. Borat's watching over. Big kill. Really nice shots from Aussie. And he does just about enough to get the contest in. And his teammates do the work around him. So good work there from Flox Gaming. A lot better there. And that was what they needed, really. It came just in the nick of time. But now, is it going to be lives that is going to be the thing that ruins their chances here? Oh, another kill that probably Versus should win. And there's the kill feed blue once more. Cobra with another couple. Blueser is going to reply with one of his own. But now they're down to 6 lives, are the boys of Flox. Every kill is going to be huge. They spotted Cobra in the back. Cobra just playing his life. Glide bombs out. They're all retreating inside, but now they've just gifted Cobra the position that they do not want to gift him. Shots into the back of Versus. Takes down one. They're now down to 3. I think this is going to be GG's here. Unless Aussie and Nanos can work something magical here. Cobra in the back. Can he get the last kill? No. Nanos does just about enough, but you can see the progression coming through. And there's a glide bomb as well. HBY. And the boys are going to get it done. And KYP Diamond looking very solid on the control. 3-0 in the end. And they take the series 3-0 as well. So GG's there to both teams. KYP Diamond just looking really, really strong. The firepower of that team, unsurprisingly. Just a little bit too much there for the Flox Gaming lads. But GG's nonetheless. And Mr. Panda with the GG's. Yeah, well played, buddy. And they do manage to get it done in 3. And let me just quickly tweak. So you have to ignore the graphic, lads and ladettes. As it wasn't a hard point, it was a control. I will tweak that for tomorrow's games. But GG's there to both teams. Congratulations there to KYP Diamond. They will come out on top of that one. And the highlights just coming up on your screen now. But a big thank you to everyone who's tuned in, especially all the way through. You know I love you guys. You make it so much better every single time. So a big congratulations there to the boys of KYP. Commiserations there to Flox Gaming. I'm sure they'll come back stronger next time. Any more games in Division 2. But if you guys can hop on the raid and show Mr. Matt a bit of love. I'll just make sure I get his channel name right, because if I get it wrong, Dane is going to absolutely hate me for life. It's Verve _ Gotcha. No worries, mate. No worries anytime for the cast. But yeah, guys, if you can hop on that raid and show Verve some love, that will be very much appreciated. I will be back tomorrow for some more games. You guys know the drill. But that is going to be my final one for the evening. So a big thanks again, guys. And I will catch you guys later. Make sure you go onto Matty's channel. Drop him a follow as well. He's doing a charity stream, I believe, for cancer. So we are all for that. And yeah, drop him a follow. Show him some love. And I will catch you guys later on. Thanks again, guys.
I see you looking, why don't you speak? If you wanna take a ride with me. Then run away if you can't stand the heat. Or close your eyes and follow me. I see you looking, why don't you speak? If you wanna take a ride with me. Then run away if you can't